All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. My name is Resorty, and to you, one and all, I say hello, friends. Welcome back. It's good to see you today. Time not quite right. That's fine. Good. We are at Friday your time, Saturday my time, so it is time, my friends, for what is known as Rimworld Friday. Rimworld Friday is here with us once more. I hope you're excited for it. You know I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fantastic day. Pepper's good to see you. Axix, hello Axix. Slivers, hi, hello to you also. Lost, a pleasure. Hello to you, Jim. Hello to Sally. Hello to you, Height. And Quick Ben, welcome back. It's good seeing you, Quick Ben. Gellyzar, hello friend. Thrumbo, welcome. Hello to you, every single person. I hope things are great. Hello, Pogman. Hello. Let me begin by saying, for some of you who have been waiting for the end of our Football Manager 2023 playthrough, rejoice you many. It is done for right now. I am missing it. I am loving it. I'm going through a slight bit of withdrawal. But that said, it was a really fun playthrough. And I achieved what I wanted to achieve. And so we're free from it now. And I'm sure there's at least some rejoicing. Hello, Mick. Hello, HVA. Hello, Ange. Welcome. When am I playing it again? Yeah, I'm not sure. Secretly, I loaded it up last night and went through all the menus and was like, oh, look how well we did there. Look how... I probably spent like 45 minutes just reading stats yesterday. Being very pleased with myself. But yeah, I mean, like I said yesterday, part of me does want to say, let's make it a weekly thing like Rimworld. Let's play FM one night a week. Maybe, but if not that, I'll probably say like in a month or so, we'll try to play it for a week, but I don't know. No promises, no guarantees, but I'm pretty excited to be able to play some other games also. Most notably, a little game called Dwarf Fortress. That's coming next week. I'm excited to see how that's going to go. I'm excited to see what we can learn. That said, I was amazed to see when I pulled up the two directories this morning, the directory of Rimworld and the directory of Dwarf Fortress. I assumed that literally everyone who played Rimworld would be over on DF instead. But no, there are actually more viewers right now watching Rimworld rather than Dwarf Fortress. So I'm curious if there was like a big pop of hype for Dwarf Fortress, and then a lot of streamers and viewers realized, oh no, this game is very confusing. I don't know what's happening here, and returned to other games, or if maybe just one big streamer is playing Rimworld today and bringing the numbers up. But yeah, I'm excited to play some Dwarf Fortress and to learn that one again and see what adventures our little furry fellows get into. I think the only things I remember about Dwarf Fortress from last time, number one, they eat mushrooms. You've got to grow mushrooms early. And number two, you have Z levels, right? It's possible to make taller and lower below the ground little buildings, which is, of course, the main complaint against Rimworld for a lot of people, is you can't make your mighty spiraling towers. How it goes. Hello, Game Urchin! Thank you for the continuing subscription. The months, they do keep zooming by. Yeah, I realized this morning that 1 month from today, I will be back into my semester. The first few weeks of the semester break have gone by pretty quickly. And so because of that, yeah, I'm staring down the barrel of, gotta get some syllabuses ready, gotta get thinking about some teaching, gotta figure out the stream schedule for the semester. I think it's the case we'll be able to maintain 6 days a week still. They'll need to go a little bit shorter on a couple of the days, especially if you want me to continue the YouTube playthrough. Speaking of which, if you did not hear yesterday, the video is already up. It is uploaded, it is polished, it has a bright, shiny thumbnail, a description. It is scheduled to release 23 hours and 27 minutes? Can I do math? No, I can't. It's scheduled to release not terribly long from now. About 1 day from now, you will have some hot and fresh Rimworld YouTube playthrough action. It took me only a month to get it done. So there's no way that what it will be sufficient for the wait, but I'm glad we're making progress. I'm glad it's coming along. I've already started with the next one, and so I'm gonna say hopefully within 2 weeks the next one goes up. I'm aiming for 1 week, but we'll see how it goes. So thank you for your kind patience. Thank you for not reminding me every single day that it was running late. There's one viewer who likes putting clips in chat a lot, who I fully expected would put the same clip in chat every single stream saying, Resorty, you must not have slept yet, because you said you'd be up before you went to sleep 3 days ago. But very kindly, no one held that over my head, too much at least. But good. Last night was date night. I had a lovely time with date night, and yeah, very glad I did that. Very glad that I had some lovely Indian food. Something kind of awkward happened last night. I mean, not super awkward, but we went to the standard Indian restaurant for date night, and we had the same waiter we always have. And he got a new haircut. Not just a little different. Like, his haircut was previously kind of a bushy thing, and he'd shaved off everything all around the sides, and still had some hair on the top. So it wasn't like a tiny little trim. It was a major modification in his hairstyle. And so I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if I should report to him that I noticed his hairstyle and I liked it. Because I don't know how we talk about other people's bodies in other cultures. Like, in American culture, yeah, you either say, hey, you get a haircut, looks good, right? No problems at all. And there are often these, like, standard jokes of, like, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. Or did you get your ears lowered? So this is one that I did not grow up hearing, but I met some friend's grandfather at one point, and he was commenting to my friend, did you get your ears lowered? Right, instead of your hair raised, your ears. Very strange. Hey, this is how we handle American culture. This guy, though, was not Japanese. He's actually Nepalese, and he definitely identifies with Nepalese culture and all the rest. And so I just went for it, right? I just went for straight on, hey, your hair looks great. And he did a little giggle. And so I think the little giggle means he approved of it, he appreciated it, but I'm very glad he didn't frown at me, at least. The giggle made me worry, though. I made him self-conscious, but his hair looked nice, and so I was glad to comment on that for him. All very good. Past that, though, the other exciting thing happened yesterday night, and when I say exciting here, it's not actually exciting, but it made me realize something important. The other exciting thing that happened last night is we got donuts. So, as I mentioned before, we currently live in a fairly populated part of Tokyo. Previously, we've lived in suburbs and very small towns, the kind of places that have like shopping districts in one area and housing districts in another. Tokyo does not have zoning laws. Period. You can genuinely have inside the same building some people's apartments and a bakery and a butcher and a shoe factory. Like, all these things can be piled together. And the standard argument against this, of course, is then how do you ensure that it's not too loud for sleeping, or it's not too crowded for marketing, or whatever else? But they make it work. Like, people are just really respectful and thoughtful, and they make it work. So because of that, though we live in a residential building, just the shortest block away, there are restaurants, there are shopping stores, there are convenience stores, and there's this donut shop. So it happens so often. Every single week, Noms and I have the exact same conversation, and it goes this way. This week, we should be good kids, by which we mean we probably shouldn't eat out quite so often, and we definitely should not make donuts a centerpiece of our diet. We should be good kids. And we both sit there looking at each other, saying quite seriously, we are gonna be good kids. And then on Friday night, we have our Indian dinner, we have a couple drinks, and while walking home, we say, you know what would be really good tonight? Donuts. And so we walk a couple blocks and get donuts, and we go home, we have a few, and it's such a nice thing. Like, donuts are not a super special treat, right? They're not the most delicately baked thing ever. They're like clods of dough, but they're so good. The kinds I get are old-fashioned, because yes, I'm that kind of person. which really are just these like fairly chewy, dense things, and I love the mouthfeel of them. They're not super sweet, they're not super anything, but I love them. I love them. Now, the reason I'm telling a story is this. Throughout the years, I've met various like environmentalist activists who have hammered on about like one thing we could really do if we cared more about the environment. The environment is to try to live in denser cities. And initially, this made no sense to me because, it's often very easy to think about the city as the place where everything is dirty and smoggy, and the countryside as green and happy and so on. But I think what it gets to is this. Previously, in other cities, if I want donuts or really anything else, I'm at home and I say, okay, it's time to get donuts. Well, I'm going to get in my car now and drive 15 minutes to the donut store and then 15 minutes back. And like, that will often keep me from getting donuts, of course, or whatever else, but it's like a step beyond just walking down the street for it. I've got to say, I'm absolutely falling in love with this like easy access to everything I want in just a short walk away. Which is to say, not having a car may be the best thing that's ever happened to me. I do not miss it even a little bit. I thought I might. I had this feeling of, I'll miss the convenience, being able to go exactly where I want to go, exactly when I want to go. But man, public transit and then dense cities with lots of things around? Love it. Love it, love it. Anyway, that's my story about donuts. It's not really about donuts. It's just about finding my place here in this crazy old town I'm living in. Donuts. I think that's all I got for you today. Let's go ahead and move on over to Rimworld, this game we're playing. I remember genuinely nothing about last time other than I don't think we have an imminent disaster. That's the one thing I know, is that we are finally stable after a couple streams in a row where we began the playthrough, or began the day's stream, like on the precipice of destruction. Also, as I pull up this this screen on my broadcasting software, I noticed that this thing is still here. We never actually used it. I never actually augmented the number, but yeah. Once upon a time, we were going to keep a close eye on how many kids died in this playthrough. I'm glad we didn't do that, because oh my, how my heart would be breaking right now. All right, I may have mods loaded. Do I? No. I turned the mods off before the stream started, so that's good. All right, this is a mountain base. We've been playing it on and off for, I don't know, 3 months now? 2 months now? It's been a very long time. Hey, Jim's dead. How'd that happen? Oh, I remember. Okay, so because the base is really and totally and finally stable, it's also very, very brown outside. Oh, we're in a volcanic winter. It's been happening for 20 days so far, so everything is getting a little bit browny here. So because we're finally stable after a very, very long time, I decided it's time for us to begin creating some higher tier robots. As of right now, we have a whole bunch of robots here, from little worker bots to a giant mining bot, a doctor bot, some combat bats right there. But I like some bigger ones. That'd be totally awesome. And so to get the bigger ones, namely the Lancer and whoever else is coming along soon, the Centipede possibly, our very own Centipede, we'll see. To do those, we have to feed brains to the machine. And so our orphans, like Contraption and Pepper Mga, are growing on up and being fed to the machine that takes their brain, and then their leftover body is put into the box. So the box is almost done. When it's done, we'll bury Jim there, and that is pretty good. One of the ongoing problems we've had in this base is a lack of metal, and because it is a robot base, we need, gosh, so much metal. Wait, how many parkas do I have? I have 12 parkas there, and 3 there. I have a lot of parkas. We'll figure that out in a second, goodness gracious. Right, we need a lot more steel. As of right now, our steel stockpile is completely empty. Happily, if you weren't here last time, you will not know, we discovered steel right there. I can go and select this item to see it. It's turned off. I swear there's steel right here in a large node right there. And that's a great spot because it is so darn close to the base. The prior location of steel we had was actually way over here, too far away for us to do anything with. So I'm just chuffed. The word chuffed is going to be in my vocabulary for the next month or so, just warning you. And so, very glad to have steel there. The only problem, as you well know, is that robots cannot use this kind of drill. It can only be used by humans. And so one of our children, or perhaps Lord Kelmar Ipse, will have to go down instead and do the mining, but lots of steel will come out, and we'll be able to build up our base more and more and more. And gosh, won't that be wonderful. Hello, Contraption. Hello, Scaredy Bob. How's it going, Oriana? Good seeing you. Let me actually check the quest page. Make sure I didn't do anything stupid, like accepting a quest just before we were leaving. No, none of these quests are fresh, thank goodness. And then, allies with enemies, what's this? 7 tribespeople saved from a prison. The chief wants you to guard them. There'll be 3 raids of this size, which are 5 animals and about 10 people. So 30 people and 15 animals. So take care of 7 tribespeople, fight 30, get 4 heavy archers to join us. In exchange, we get 25 advanced components. That's amazing. That's a tremendous number of advanced components. Taking care of 7 tribe people would be kind of annoying. We don't have the beds for them. We do have the food for them, but... I'm going to say no for right now. I'm going to say no for right now on that one. Alright. And then what else was I working on? Like, clearly I see this room is missing lighting. Indeed, a lot of our rooms are missing lighting. We had a enemy attack crash land right here last stream, which destroyed everything inside. There was some very nice items in there. We had a very, very nice dining room. This is now listing itself as a nice rec room. I believe it double counts as both a rec room and a dining room. But if it doesn't, we'll definitely make a separate rec room. So one of the things I most want to do today, you can write this one down as the goal of the day, is, actually there are 2 things. One is I would like to make a church. My intention is that this room will become our church. And the only problem with that, Contraption, you got a problem too. The only problem with this being a church is it is deep in infestable territory. So we're going to make an absolutely beautiful collection of pews and murals and loveliness throughout. And then insects are going to come and destroy it. And I'll be very, very sad. So that's thing number 1. I'd like to make a church. Thing number 2, I want to make one of the other rooms, possibly this one here, though I may actually switch these 2, we'll see, into an actual factional orphanage room. I've been calling this the orphan base for the entire playthrough, and this is the only room for orphans. This is the only one we got, and I don't feel great about that. I think it's a nice little guest room. It's a nice little second room to spend with Lord Kelmar, but it is not worthy of our children. So I want to make an attractively decorated series of bedrooms and playrooms for the kids. That would be swell. Who is this rat? Why is there a rat here? Apparently a rat decided to join us. Any cute names for a rat? I think I might leave the rat around for right now. I like the idea of, as Kelmar loses his children because they grow up and must die, he starts letting more and more animals hang out in the base. It's nice. Alright, so Contraption has just become an adult, immediately hulking out and throwing all of their clothes onto the ground. And congratulations on adulthood, Contraption. Her new passion is reading about insect biology. She thinks helping kind animals is boring. Alright, so insects, cool. Nice animals, boring. Only the mean animals. She's a careful shooter, she's jealous. Look at all this skill Contraption has. I think we're going to say Contraption is beautiful. We'll see how lovely she is as we rip her brain out of her body. Good. So Contraption gets to stay around until this machine gets reloaded with with metal, and then she goes into it, and we're gonna have more and more mega brains. That is fine. For some reason, our little builder bot here can't decide which item it wants to build, and so we have multiple semi-completed sarcophagi and multiple semi-completed flower pots, and what an issue. We could invite Kalmar to come over and go ahead and finish this. Oh, can't do it. Construction skill too low. How low is Kalmar's construction skill? Hey, it's a 4. What level of construction is needed for a sarcophagus? Hey, it's a 5. This is the trouble/interesting part of a robot playthrough, is that Kalmar can't do a lot of things. We have to wait for the robots to do them instead, and that's just fine. Out here we see them making more traps, consuming all of my precious, precious, precious steel. Also noticing, there's a cut in one of our power cables here. Happily, we do have one backup cable connecting the main base to the rest. This will soon be a secondary one once we've smoothed this wall entirely. I feel very strange thinking ahead to Dwarf Fortress, because I realize I can talk about what's happening in this game and what I want to happen in this game with quite a bit of facility. I understand this game well. In Dwarf Fortress, I have absolutely no idea, so we'll see how this goes. Because Contraption is naked, and there's a psychic drone. Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. Perhaps not having a good time. There's a terrible, terrible noise. Oh, you know what? I think I accepted a quest. I think I accepted a quest to have a negative drone against all the female characters because I was in the process of killing all the female characters. Is that true? Is that true? There it is. Licinius Calderus, a count from the Empire, wants to perform low-power tests of his ship's area attack weapons. If he does, a medium psychic drone will buzz, pushing all female gender people towards insanity. Since I'm in charge, I gotta decide if this is okay. I said it's okay, and so now Contraption's going a little bit insane until she goes into the machine. We need 20 more steel for that. Is there more steel anywhere? We could cancel this job and get the steel back, but they've nearly completed the job, so I'm not gonna interrupt that. Yeah, like I said, though, I think I'm a little bit, not concerned exactly, but just, it's going to be a very different experience to play a very similar game and to not be entirely certain what I'm supposed to be doing. But losing is fun, right? That's the old story, for sure, for sure, for sure. How's Yucca Mountain looking? It's still negative 19 degrees, all good. Dwarf Fortress all about zones, stockpiles of work orders. I can do that. Yeah, as far as the game's logistic game, I'm good to go. As far as the game is anything involving, I don't know, managing people's expectations, I'm not sure I know how to do that quite yet. I'm going to cancel this trap for right now, and then if there are any other steel consumers, I don't see any. Yeah, if I can turn Dwarf Fortress into a Factorio, I'm good to go. All right, how much work here still? 60 work remaining on that one, 213 on that one. And then, unfortunately, our sarcophagus room is full. We have to go ahead and dig in more and more places for more and more children. Children of the base. Hey, friends, how's it going? Good seeing ya. Look at little Pepper there. Little Pepper, 5 years old, has been alive for 762 years. I love it. And, yeah. I believe he's part of our religion. So I'm curious to see what happens as Pepper gets older. Because he's part of our religion, I could want to keep him around. But the reason I might want to keep him around, I want Kalmar to have a title that allows him to get access to certain social commands. But I need to have 3 people of his religion around for that. So we'll see. Hey, Carva, it's good seeing you. It's been a while. No Dwarf Fortress yet? Yeah, next week. Dwarf Fortress come in real soon. It's been a while, though, my friend. All right, the blank rhinoceros is a quest. A trader is calling. A pack of 5 wild rhinoceroses are hunting him. So that's not that many. What am I missing here? He wants our help to draw the animals away from him. The rhinoceroses will arrive at our base 13 hours after this moment. Under normal conditions, any playthrough but this one, I would say, ooh-wee, golly gosh, these are amazing helmets. I would like these helmets very, very much. However, Kelmar's helmet slot is taken by his Robo Master headpiece, and I want him to be Holy Machine. So the Bionic Eye gets us closer to that. Now, the trouble with rhinoceroses, of course, is they are very, very beefy, very, very bulky creatures. But it's only 5. I think we're fine. I think we're just fine. We'll see if we're just fine very, very soon. Have we started switching out any of Kelmar's body parts? No, we talked about it. I think we do have some pieces for that. Yeah, a bionic eye and a bionic stomach, right? They're both. I make a slight modification to our storage areas and make a new shelf. Is that right? Yeah, a new shelf down here inside of Dr. Game Urchin's territory to hold onto the spare body parts for the near future. Also, I noticed that Contraption is bedded in the hospital. That's appropriate. And then Pepper Unga's bed is way down here. We do not actually want that anymore. Instead, we're going to move Pepper into the next door bedroom here. Cool. Beyond that, we talked about a name for the rat. The only suggestion I heard was Kevin, and I give the people what they want. So we now have an alpaca named Kevin and a rat named Kevin. Gradually, all of the creatures will be known as Kevin very, very soon. Good old Kevin. Actually, almost emailed the person who initially came up with the Kevin joke the other day and said the Kevin joke lives on. What about Splinter? If only we had some tortoises also, but Splinter would be a fine name. Man, when I was a kid, I loved the Master Splinter character so unbelievably much. All my other friends were like, I want to be Michelangelo and eat pizza. I want to be Raphael and have the sigh. And I'm like, I want to be an old man. Please let me be an old wise man. That's all I want to be. This at 12 years old. Can you believe it? Alright, 21 work remains. Soon, soon, soon. You wanted to date April. I mean, I think that's very, very common. Yeah, I think April was put in that show to make us youngsters feel unusual feelings. What is this? I mean, I know what it is, but why is it? Okay. A door is missing, and an AC unit is missing. And a wall is missing. Something must have happened at some point that I don't remember. That is just fine. So we don't necessarily need it. So I'm supposed to have this room unable to be infested. That's the reason why this room is super cooled. And I do want to stay with that very, very much. The reason I don't want infestations here is if these machines get knocked offline, it makes my robots not work, and that'd be a bit of an issue given what this base is. So we do want to fix that, but I'm just uncertain when this will happen. From a bug infestation, I know we had a bug infestation down here. Remember that happening. And I assume they dug out this spot, which makes tons of sense, but I don't know how we would have lost that, of all things. Well, we'll fix it anyway. I'll surely check the VOD and see what happened. No, I won't. No, I won't. How long until our friends the rounders are coming? We'll see, we'll see. I wanted to date Xena. My best friend in grad school, a guy named Jay I mention occasionally, who did he want to date when he was a kid? The Rescue Rangers. I never saw this show. It was one I just managed to miss. But there was some, like, I don't know, squirrel or something on Rescue Rangers. We have 10 hours to go. Gadget. Her name's Gadget. Okay. I remember having a very long conversation with him one night at the grad student bar. about how there's no way that any squirrel creature could be sufficiently attractive for like 8-year-old me to notice them. But he was totally convinced. She was a mouse. Oh, she was a mouse, actually. Got it. He was totally convinced that she was the most attractive thing he'd ever seen at the age of 8 or so. I don't know how kids work. I don't know how kids work at all, but hey, it's a bunny rabbit. Bunny Foo-Foo. When did this happen? We do have all these little animals here. Trixie. Who's Trixie? A Pank V. I don't know that at all. Sounds on brand for graduates at a bar. Yeah. There's a lot of time wasted in very unusual conversations. All right, here we go. Jim goes into the box. With that done, we now allow Jim to be moved. One more of the children we proudly remember here in the base. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Lord Kelmar has created a masterwork gas mask. Wow. Our first ever gas mask. A flexible mask worn over the face with an embedded air filter. It dramatically reduces exposure to pollution through the lungs, but does not protect the skin on the rest of the body. It prevents toxic gas irritants from entering through the eyes and the mouth. So because of masterwork, it's worth more money than usual. $265. The base value of it is $106. Wow. Okay. So the reason I made this gas mask, and we are making a few more of them, does this waste steel to make? Pardon me briefly. If we're wasting steel on making these things, I'd be kind of bummed. Of course we are. Of course we are. All right. So the reason I made this is we fought, I think, like 65 huskies on last stream, and they were all in a giant pile at my front door. And we couldn't get them hauled fast enough, and they started dumping more and more tox gas around their decaying bodies. And because of that, I was worried my characters would get very, very sick very, very quickly. But happily they didn't. But the gas mask will help in the future on that. So I'm going to have our gas mask set up inside of the doctor's office here, which is kind of not a great spot in that you have to enter it from the front door. So maybe we should make an entrance into the doctor's office over here as well. I think that's a good idea. We'll definitely do that at some point today. But for now, another shelf right there. And have gas masks at the ready. This looks nice here, I think. Cool. Harvey, have leave from work until spring? That's amazing. It's December now. We've got lots of time. Congratulations to you, and I hope you enjoy hanging out, and I hope that means we get to see you more often. I know you're one of our European viewers who can't see us quite as much anymore, given the time at which I stream now, but that's cool to see you. Of our turrets here, 2 of them are unloaded. Hello, Wales, how's it going? TGIF indeed. For me, TGIS, but close enough. We're gonna invite Contraption to go reload these. Oh, outside your allowed area. Oh, little Contraption's still a kid in the base's mind, so little Contraption's still locked inside. No. Also, I'm always curious on a day like today, when we change from a game like Football Manager to Rimworld, how many viewers have never seen this before and are saying, wait, where are the people who are kicking balls? Where is the excitement of the crowd? What are these strange little movements? It's a very different game, isn't it? It's all the same thing, though. It's all spreadsheets, I swear. I'm glad I noticed this. This mortar is set to force fire on this point, which used to have enemies, but now, thankfully, they're done with that. Hello, Zelion, how's it going? All right, so you want to stop the force fire, and then looks like all of the guns are reloaded. This one needs to be primed. Is that it? Primed, I guess, is the word for it. And then they'll all be ready to go for next round, for sure. So good to see my little hauler bots are carrying in steel. For a long time, they had so much other hauling to do at base, and now it's much better, so it's good. All right. That's done there. All the guns are ready to go. We only have 2 shells left. I don't believe we know how to make our own shells yet. Those are ones we stole from other people. So, yeah, that'll be some research we'll do next, I guess. As right now, we have no research selected at all. Because I need Kelmar to do some other stuff. But I will mark that and see what happens. Kelmar should start his own soccer team. I was talking about what to do with these rooms over here. I guess we could try to make one into a little soccer pitch. We could definitely paint the floor green. What would function as goals? When I was a kid, I remember setting apart 2 chairs as a goal. We could use a drape, maybe. All right. I think we're going to make a soccer pitch for the kids. I was trying to decide what to do with the area down here. I think we know now. That's going to be amazingly fun. I know in one base years and years ago, I made a, what is it? I made a bowling alley, and that was delightful. There's an ass out in the workshop for a goal and basketball hoop. Oh. I actually like that idea very, very much. It's a fun idea, but I don't want to add mods mid playthrough. Okay. We've gone back and forth what to do with this room here. I guess I'm going to dig it out just slightly more. Getting closer and closer to the edge of things. Hey, it's the rhinos. Hey, it is in fact the rhinos. All right, 1 second. If I dig both of these out, I believe there'll be a cave-in right here. Speaking of cave-ins right here, this is not a permanent cave-in. So we're going to get rid of this and deal with this later once I can think through it. All right. A pack of man-hunting rhinoceroses have entered the area. Driven insane by a disease called Scaria, they'll roam the region hunting for humanoid flesh. So because they are insane by Scaria, they may not give us any meat, but that's okay. Where are you? There you are. So on the side without any turrets, we're going to have to do this ourselves. That said, they're all melee beasts. And as of right now, all my doors are shut. So unless there's somebody out here, it is unlikely we'll have any problems. So for the moment, I'm going to forbid that door. I'm going to invite all of my non-combat mechs to stay inside. And I'm going to move all of my combat mechs into following the leader around, including the tunneler bot. Then, Cortraption, this is your final time to fight. Take up the Masterwork Assault Rifle and join Lord Kelmar on the battlefield. Uh-oh. We found a little cutie who's having some trouble. Go, little cutie, go. Poor Holly having some trouble. Nursery, I like how you think. I agree there's some overlap between the 2 games. Oh, I've made a slight error. This will be fine. Don't you worry. So earlier, yesterday, about which I mean a week ago, we had a big raid coming from down here. It was all these huskies. Sorry, puppies. And so to allow my non-combat robots to do work while my combat robots fought, I set this area here as part of the safe home area. And so I put my little robots in the safe home area, and now they're charging off into the rhinoceroses. It's not a huge issue, but I should definitely resolve that. I should have resolved that after the last raid. So often I forget to do that bit of cleanup, but here we go. So all y'all, please go back inside. Now the door is forbidden, so they can't necessarily... Oh, I forgot. There are a lot of sort of in-between elements of the base right now. I've got to make a list for myself of things to do between streams. This is something I wanted to do very early on today's stream. I'm not sure why I didn't do it immediately, but previously, the left entrance and the main entrance were separated. You could not get from one to the other. To increase the base efficiency, I added in this little room, allowing us to move from one side to the other. However, I didn't finish that, which means the rhinos can now easily and freely just run to the main door. Now, that actually might be fine. It might be an okay place to fight them, both because they'll be able to Both because they'll be able to walk through the traps here, as well as maybe take some turret shots. Though I seem to have no turrets right now. We'll deal with that in a second. Where are you going, little Ava? Where are you going? Little Ava should be turning around, but they definitely get to fight the rhinos. That's very nice. Our robots are heroically turning around, slowing the rhinoceros rampage while we prepare for battle. Kelmar, let's go down here. Oh no, Holly and Ava are both dead. That's nice though. They're absolute lovers, embracing for all of time. Aww. Escort bots, where are you going? You're escorting Lord Kelmar over to there. That's strange. We can go ahead and recruit them to go back here. Here's recruit everybody to go back. We'll have Big Boy head up to the main door. And Game Merchant forward. As of right now, because the doors are shut, the rhinos can't find a way in. So I was thinking that the running Ava and Holly would hold the door open for them, but they managed to go back and get safe instead. Let's go ahead and just move forward ourselves. Contraption, to battle! Alright, so because of the closed doors, the rhinos will not notice us at all until we open the door. And so we'll make the standard setting up here. I have a Scyther right there, Scyther right there, Scyther right there. Hey, it's the space heater. You know what? Sure. I'll try to use the space heater. Those who've been around for a while will know that I've tried to use the space heater, I don't know, 1,000 times, and I've never managed to pull it off even once. But perhaps this is the time. Game Merchant, why are you here? Go away, you. Get back to your work. You should be in your zone. We have our little Militaurs all line up. We have Halberd back there. We have Kelmar go here. Suela, go away. All right, we open the drawbridge. We open the drawbridge. We hold open the door. Already did that good. We then step back again. Here they come. Ooey, ooey. Big Boy took one hard hit already. Straight into the thorax. This is fine. This is all fine. We should definitely make sure we're focus firing on each one that comes through. I think we are, but let's make sure. Good stuff. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Does Space Heater actually to light someone on fire? A little closer, a little closer. Come on, Space Heater, you can do it. For the first time ever, Space Heater actually managed to light a pile of enemies on fire. Yay! There you go, and that's how you fight a raid. Gash took the most damage, unfortunately, losing a hearing sensor rather. But everyone else is in good shape. We'll invite the robots to go ahead and put out the fire, please and thanks. And Contraption definitely got to help out. Where are you, Contraption? Yep, good job. Patrolled the southern territories. Hey, Grove, how's it going? Welcome back. The fire is out. The rhinos are oscillating in dismay. And we're going to invite some Militaurs to stay here real quick and finish them off. Bang, bang, bang. We'll move the rest of the animals onto sleepy time mode. And then, where is Big Boy? Big Boy back into work mode. And a pod has arrived. Right. Transport pods with following concepts arrived. It's a bionic eye. There she is. Miss Bionic Eye. And some plasteel too. Plasteel is important for continuing to build robots, so first rate, very glad to have that. In just a moment here, we're going to do something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, which is I'm going to begin replacing Kelmar's body parts. The person who gets to do that is Dr. Game Urchin, our little robot. As of right now, our hospital room is Is it clean? Is it especially clean? All right, the surgery success here is 121% chance. If I put sterile tiles on the floor, that would increase some. If I researched bioscanners and such, that would help also. But as of right now, it's just going to be the robot and hope for the best on that bed. Now, the reason I'm saying all of this is if Kelmar dies, the playthrough is over. There's nothing to do other than that. So we're going to have 2 eye surgeries and a stomach surgery in pretty quick order. Happily, we do have some very high-tier medicine that I wanted to save for like emergency situations. So this is not an emergency situation. However, I feel like perhaps we should treat it as if it were one. I wish I had more than 5 of the best medicine. That'd be a nice thing for sure. But let's quickly talk through the things that I said I wanted to fix once we had our steel stuff figured. We have an open sarcophagus here. This one belongs to Cortraption preemptively. And we don't have any art, unfortunately, on Jim's sarcophagus. Jim, he served us well. Actually, Jim had the most exciting life of any of our characters ever. Because Jim was kidnapped from our base, was rescued from the kidnappers, came back, grew up, and was fed to the machine. What a better life can you have than that? Some lavish meals just went bad. We do have a few extra meals outside. This is a waste of our food and such. You'll notice there's like a crazy pile of random weird food here. I'm going to modify the kinds of foods we're making. No longer making simple meals. That'll save a little bit more here. Sounds like a horror story. I mean, I don't know if you got the message. This entire playthrough is a bit of a horror story. Yeah, initially it's a very sweet story involving love and sacrifice and all those good things. And then it just became, you know, a bit of monstrosity, really. If I'm being honest, it's not a nice place to be. All right, all the robots have at least some energy. All the ones that are sleeping down here will gradually refill. Cool. I want to allow that door again. I want them to go ahead and finish making this building here. We're then going to have the combat mechs live here instead. So I'll put some chargers in here after a while. As I said before, this area is infestable, so I also want to make sure we have traps outside and maybe turrets also, but we'll see. Hey, it's a stinking mess of rhinos. Yes, I forgot to put the mechs back on Go Outside. So they can get those hauled away. This pile here is for body parts. This pile here is for gas masks exclusively. All about getting these. We actually do have a rhino in that pile that is not rotten. I could go ahead and put the gas mask on and have one of my colonists go get it, but I think I won't do that for right now. And this pile is, what's it called? Artificial, maybe? Is it artificial parts? Prosthetic, that's what it's called. So, bionic. Then the architect and what's mech-tech mean? Oh, mech-tech are the ones that are, we can create for ourselves. That I believe you can install on your own if you want to. But sure, I'll make that part of the pile also. Cool. And we want to say that's critically important, so they definitely go and live there. Okay. I think that's... Oh, if you're not mistaken, gas masks don't protect against rot stink. Oh, really? So my understanding of why to make gas masks is completely mistaken. Oh, is it only tox, right? Because tox and rot are not the same. Tox is green, rot is orange. Ah. In that case, I'm very glad I didn't run someone out there. Quick Ben, thank you for the good help on that mechanic. I appreciate it. We don't want to do that quest. It's very helpful. Thank you sincerely for knowing some things about the video game. You guys stay on the route staying for a long time to get it? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. It was one of these things where I was thinking, perhaps it would be an instantaneous or a random chance of going very quickly. Contraption's whining. What's wrong, Contraption? Everything is wrong. Is it time to feed you to the machine? Gosh, it is. Give me my rifle back, please. Give me my flak back, please. Contraption is a far better thing to die for the glory of your country. You want to go have a meal? I'm letting you eat the package survival meal because you're going on a long and strange trip. And after that, my friend, it is time to feed you to the machine. Rip scanning Contraption will kill her. Am I sure I want to continue? Contraption wants to be a cooking bot named... Oh, what was it? I don't remember. Contraption, what did you say you wanted your cooking bot to be named? Let me know, and I'll definitely name the cooking bot after you in a moment here. Cheese biscuits. No, not right away, sorry. Eat your food first. Oh, interesting. You can't actually queue this job. I was holding down left shift, which should do that, but I'm guessing because of the pop-up, you're unable to order them to do as a further job. Now here comes the further job. Off you go. Grova asked, would Kabongo Tishmanga be good in a lower division? He definitely did really well in my playthrough in the, what was it? Whatever league we started in. VNL. If he does well in VNL, he'd probably do well below that, if you can afford him. But yeah, he's been a very good player for us in our FM playthrough. Oh boy, the red lights flash. Contraption says, this is what I've been raised for. This is what Kalmar's told me over and over again. Will make me whole, will make me complete. Oh, it hurts, but painful experiences help us grow to be better. If it doesn't kill me, it's going to make me stronger. Oh no, it's going to kill me. He said it'd be stronger. No! And then, quiet. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. I need another cooking robot, please. Where is that? I have him somewhere here. Actually, must not have a job set up for that, do I? I apologize. I shouldn't be leaning quite so hard on the horror of it all. But, alright, so we got ourselves a fabric core, 100 steel, 1 high subcore. I'm going to forbid these 2 subcores just to make sure the correct one goes in. Even though it really does not matter, the game does not preserve whose brain it was. But I know it's that one I want to use in this machine. We'll see, we'll see. Kalmar's not a serial killer. He's doing it for the best of intentions. He needs to make sure that the children live forever in their robot prisons. Is that the word for it? Possibly prisons. Alright. Almost all cleaned up. Like it. I like it a lot. And yeah, good suggestion that the Scorcher could go turn these bodies into flames and ash. But I very much enjoy the continuing pile of rot out here. It's the same reason I haven't started a crematorium yet, because I very much enjoy the continuing pile of graves here. I've got some interesting beliefs about how Rimworld should be played, don't I? The reason we're expanding this field here is so we can actually remove the outer field area, and then there was none. So I have a way to walk through the side here without having to climb through the animal zone. So that's almost done. We can begin to deconstruct this way. Good. And then I probably just want to mine that section out also. It looks a little bit cleaner. Yep, seems good. Big Boy is able to walk freely right now. Eventually put Big Boy to sleep, but he's got more work to do for sure. And then the hauling bot here is still offline. So we are again struggling with the issue of steel. Hello, Little Pepper. Little Pepper, how old are you again? Little Pepper's only 5 years old, I believe. So Little Pepper can't mine until age 7. In 2 years' time, Little Pepper, I know we're going to be living the rest of your life. We could even make a tiny little like outpost here, a little bedroom for Pepper, and have the robots deliver him food every day. And we lock him inside the area, so all Pepper can do is like look at the tree, do the mining, look at the tree, do the mining. I think this game makes me a bad person. I think it's actually factually happened. Hey, Agility, it's good seeing you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the generous resubscription. 3 straight months of Prime subbing. I appreciate that. Thank you for directing Jeff Bezos' money into the Resorty bank account. Where are you going, Kelmar? Have some food. So Kelmar said he was attempting to go mine some granite. It's out here. We could make a different zone so the Kelmar can't go here. The other thing to do would just be to force him to continue working at mining down here. I don't know how often colonists check for availability of other jobs. I'm going to watch him for a moment and see, like, is it... It's often, isn't it? No, he's going to relax this time. Huh. Does Kelmar not have, like, guaranteed work hours? So all Kelmar has is staying awake for a very long time. He's allowed to do anything he wants to do other than that. It's probably the best setup to keep him happy, and as I've mentioned before, it is definitely the case that if Kelmar has mental breaks, it could be the end of the playthrough just like that. So we need to be kind of cautious that we don't make mistakes with that. Look at little Pepper. Hello, little Pepper. Has anyone taught you anything yet? Learning level of 1. So we got 2 years to improve Pepper's childhood. Kelmar grumbles. Pretty sure that Pepper does not need any of his assistance right now. Let's get rid of those. Just dig out one little bit here. Only 21 points to go. Molybdenum Carbide! It's so good seeing you! Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yay, indeed. I'm not sure if you've been here since the return from the last stream crisis. So every time I stop streaming for a period and then come back, I always have these names in mind of people I really like. I'm like, oh, I hope I see them again someday. I feel really bad I didn't stream regularly. I'm a bad person, etc. And you're one of them. So thanks so much for being here, Carbide. You've been lurking sometimes? Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, my friend. It's swell. It's swell. Yeah, it's really good seeing you, seriously. And anybody else out there who I haven't said hi to recently, hello, thanks for being here. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, this streaming thing. Because from time to time, I definitely have the feeling of like, I don't know who watches me. I'm just here. And then I often recognize like, oh no, it's the same people. They're real people. I like them a lot. And so I'm feeling a little sentimental. It's nice. Hello, Kramer. Welcome back. Okay, so the new Ready Room, we'll call it, is completed. Isn't Ready Room what the little conference room Captain Picard had next to the bridge? Isn't that what it's called? They didn't like call it his office. Instead, it was the Ready Room. Mr. Wolf, the Ready Room. I think that was that. That's right, Zillion. You are, in fact, a real person. You probably don't need me to remind you of that, but just in case you've forgotten, you are a real person. Oh no! Oh no, oh no. I forgot that you're able to pile further items into a forbidden stack. So Contraption's brain has been mixed in with, who else we got? With Mr. Bleeze and with... Wait, why do I have 2 dead Pepper MGs? Oh, no. This Pepper MG is the author of an art called Vomit of Silence. Pepper, are you okay? The sarcophagus is engraved with a depiction of an abstracted rendering of detachment. At the edge of the image are thousands of carrots. The work makes the viewer think of goodwill and vomit. All right. So Contraption's brain and Jim's brain and Mr. Blee's brain. Got it. I don't think that Jim or Bleeze made any particular request on what they wanted to be when they grow up. One of them's going to be a Lancer for sure, and then past that, I don't know what we're doing. Here we're going to go ahead and create Resurrection. And then where did I set up the fabric core? It's there. We'll need 50 more steel, 100 more steel, and then permit this pile again. I notice I have Kelmar not on job 1 smithing. We absolutely need job 1 smithing on Kelmar, or else the robot's not get repaired. And that's no good. That's no good. Kelmar, what's your... Okay, Kelmar changed his clothes recently, so gotta have him check out the dyeing station and change that boring gray shirt to a bright gold shirt. Kelmar is constantly the man in gold and purple. Pink? Whatever color this is. Alright, so clothing. Ideology color. Perfect. Okay. Good to see those all getting dug up. Apparently I managed to destroy one bit of steel wire there. That led to the drill going offline, unfortunately. Have we smoothed any more in this direction? We have not. Maybe someday. Kelmar? Kelmar? Okay. I said I didn't want to do this, but I actually may go ahead and do this. He's in a zone called Everywhere But something. Where he's forbidden to go right now? Oh. So I actually did do this already last time. So I didn't want him to dig down here, so I forbade that area. We now need to forbid this area also. You know what? Let's have a roleplay reason for this, not just I don't want him digging here. Kelmar decides the bowels of the cave are unworthy a man of superior technology such as himself. Someday the robots will improve them sufficiently for him to see. Sarcophaguses? No, not for our man of science. Waste and refuse? The leavings behind of his fine projects? No, no, no. Those are for the little people. For Kelmar, there is only science. Exceptional. Exceptional. We gotta get that AC unit back on again soon. It's good, good. Kelmar's cleaning. Wait, really? Ah, yeah, cleaning a job too. There's no mining available because this is offline right now. So let's prioritize... Tim's already on the way. Tim, the Toolman robot. Leslie's coming from somewhere. Tim? Tim? There he is. Thanks, buddy. Alright, so with that done, Kelmar will now go dig correctly. The work queue has been healed once more. Appear to be no new building jobs in the entire base right now. It's time for repairing instead. That's all very good. I'm going to go ahead and move the robots to their zone as promised previously. So the current robot zone, I believe, is called like militia bots. Military mechs on standby, even better. The idea of calling them militia bots actually kind of delights me now that I say it aloud. Alright, so that's me the only part for them. Except we do want them to have easy access to the various chargers. Or we can move all the chargers into their room. If we move all the chargers into their room, though, other kinds of creatures, by which I mean other robots, will have to go hang out here instead of the more centrally located ones. Yeah, I'll make more in here, I think. So, for now, we want to go ahead and clear this zone entirely, as well as this zone. Hey, Sorrentus! Thank you much indeed for the continuing subscription. Charging bots generates pollution. You don't quite get that. Yeah. I don't know if I have a exact rhyme or reason for it. Other than I know Tynan said that he was concerned that every game mechanic needs some kind of cost, or else it gets very boring to play a game. And so the cost for having robots is the creation of pollution. Initially, he said he was thinking about doing, like, you have to give them fuel, or you have to give them metal to eat, but both these are too easy to create. So he wanted to create a new problem for the new DLC. So, I don't know. I agree, like, on a logical level, I don't fully get it. That said, let me explain. You plug the robot in, which causes the... And that's science. Hello, Circus Band. How are we doing today? All right. It is time, my friends. It is indeed time. You've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. Do we start with the stomach or the eyes? I think we start with the eyes, and the reason why is if Dr. Game Urchin ruins the stomach on Kelmar and destroys the bionic stomach, Kelmar will die. Like, I don't think it's instantaneous death. I think you can live... Oh, we're actually stacking up killing colonists. I don't think you instantaneously die with no stomach in this game, but it's pretty bad. You can live with no eye for a while, though. I mean, permanently. So, we're going to do an eye first. Your eyes are both in equally good condition. True. So, let's begin with the right eye. Where is it? Right eye installation. I'm going to have him just use industrial medicine. We have a lot of that. And we'll see. Kelmar, it is time. Dr. Game Urchin, we've treated you very well. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, boy. We're not going to be able to do brain surgery to the robot, I don't think. I might try it eventually, but it might be a real dumb idea to do brain surgery to the robot. This is our first ever robo surgery. Please no brain injuries. Hey, not a problem in the world. Didn't even have to worry. Didn't even have to raise a stink. Dr. Game Urchin did it perfectly. So while he's out, should we do a second one? Is it time for the left eye too? Are we gonna stack up these surgeries? Go, Dr. Game Urchin, go! Hey, it's Transport Pod Crash. Hello. A builder named Opopsto. Oh, this reminds me of a story. So in the past year or two, I guess, my university has made it mandatory that when we log into any website on campus that might lead to student data being disclosed, so like a registrar's page or grade entry, etc., we have to use an app called Duo. And you push a button on the website, and it sends a little message to your cell phone, and you push a button on the cell phone and says, yes, it is me, two-factor authentication. It's an application. There's a very old man with whom I work. Very old. He's incredibly sweet, incredibly smart, but his understanding of technology, I think, stopped in like 1987 or so. Like, he totally gets the fax machine, and that's about it. So... he's told by IT that he needs to install this application, Duo, on his phone. And his response, of course, is, I don't own a cell phone. And so he gets a cell phone. And then he comes to me. He says, Resorty, I need your help. I've got my cell phone now. I got a plan. I need to install this Duo thing. And I said, okay, sure, let me help you with that. And he says, okay, it's an op. What is an op? OPP. And I didn't quite know how to respond, because I wanted to say, like, oh, an app is, but I didn't want to, like, embarrass him. And so I went ahead and walked him through it by saying, okay, on the front page here, you push the App Store. And he's like, oh, the Op Store. It was very awkward. But nonetheless, he can now use two-factor authentication like a hero. Hopefully he does not get scammed. Anyway. A builder named App is crashing a transport pod nearby. If he survives, he'll be wounded. He's from the Empire. Alright. Hello, my friend. You are 20 years old. That's a little bit too old. Nonetheless, Holly is right there. Holly is confused to see an adult here. So generally speaking, in this playthrough, the rule has been we just ignore any creature that is above the age of 13. That said, we very much enjoy having allies, and as of right now, we have no actual allies, and that may be a problem. The base has been saved either twice or thrice by the inclusion of allies fighting on our side. So, if it wouldn't be too much work... Alright. We got ourselves a little hospital bed now. We got ourselves a little emergency hospital. Oh, the only issue though, never mind. The only issue with this is that it's outside of Dr. Game Urchin's domain. So, I'm going to let this character into our sacred base. Pepper, I need you to go rescue him because Kelmar's out for the count right now. Speaking of which, how's the surgery going? We could stop the surgery right now and let Kelmar come back from anesthesia more quickly, but no. Will Pepper get there before the character dies? So it was 7 hours from when the person landed. Oh, Kelmar's gonna be so angry. Pepper, the child, generous, kind, wanting to ensure that human life is preserved. Lord Kelmar, selfish, doubly bionic-eyed. Do we go for the stomach also? Is it time for a threefer? It feels like I'm rolling the dice every time. Eventually we're going to hit snake eyes or sevens or whatever it is, but you know what? I'm feeling it. Let's make him 3-part robot by the time he wakes up. Get to it, good doctor, get to it. The only problem with that is he's busy with Kelmar instead of taking care of a posto here. We'll see. Launch characterization. If your only mech enters a waster, it can let the entire map fall to pollution with no consequence. So I haven't done anything with pollution yet, so I'm not entirely certain how that works. I'm not sure if there's any negative to it. I mean, I know that you get more and more insects. Let's step up, actually. Oh, it's too late. He's already begun. The blood is flying out of Posto's body. The tending is happening. Look at that. Dr. Game Urchin today has done 3 successful surgeries and saved a life. Wow. I think Dr. Game Urchin might get the Robot of the Month award. I don't know what that means. I guess we could find a star character. Would anyone mind going to Google or wherever and find me an ASCII art, not ASCII art, a Unicode star? I don't know if it'll work in the game, but I want to try and see if I can copy and paste it in. Can you copy and paste names here? Let's see. So get rid of it. You can copy and paste. Awesome. Awesome. It needs to be a totally plain star if possible. If not, it's okay too. All right. So Kelmar's Awaken. Now increasingly more what's it called? Yeah, Robot the Man. It's you, 2605, thank you. Fernandez, thank you for the assistance. Let's see if this is possible. So copy that. Place your bets now. Can I add this here? No! Dear Tynan. So no, you can't copy that in, unfortunately. So I think unfortunately we're stuck with Dr. Game Urchin. Well, we kind of use asterisks also. You're allowed periods. You're not allowed any of the shift number line. There's not enough letters left to write the word star out. Fine. In your heart and my mind, this robot will always have a commendation from Kelmar. Now, were there a mod that would allow me to put stars on my characters, I would use that mod for sure. Great. All right, are we making anything here? Or is there an Ava still? We're still wanting for steel. Yeah, we're wanting for steel because it all went down here. I don't know why it didn't quite get fixed, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll finish it real soon. There he comes. This game is not recommended now. So truthfully, I've never put a review of this game up on Steam. I've played the game for 2,000 hours or so, but I have not yet said my opinion of the game. I think the standard joke I like so much is when people write seems okay after they have hundreds, if not thousands of hours, or I'm not sure, or something like that. It's always an absolute delight. Kalmar has a bit of sedation sickness right now, so is busy vomiting on the floor. Poor buddy. Let's connect these. So repairing stuff comes before smoothing walls. I'm sure they'll get there real soon. Oh, also. I think Kalmar... How does this work? Part of Kalmar's ideologion is that once a year... Where is it? Here we go. No, there it is. Why get old? If one's over age 25, one must have a once-yearly biosculptor pod treatment. It leads to a harmful aging mood. As of right now, we don't have that. Oh, it may only be once you get to high expectations. And my base value is still fairly low because it's just a garbage heap. As I said before, though, the issue is always that we put them in here for 4 days, and the robots can't do anything combat for 4 days then. Oh, Ironfoot, does make tutorials for Rimworld. So over on YouTube, there are some videos. There's one that's like, here are 9 little hints and tips that you may not know, that kind of thing. But no, I don't have any formal tutorial videos for Rimworld, in part because I haven't quite figured out where I'd start with it. I thought about doing some like gigantic Professor Azordi's introduction to Rimworld. Here's class 101, 102, 103 all the way through. But as of right now, I've been focusing more on creating live content as opposed to making YouTube videos. But perhaps at some point. That's it. It is a confusing game. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to try to help out. But I realized just now also that part of doctoring work is feeding characters that cannot be fed. Does that make sense? No, feeding characters that cannot feed themselves. And so I'm going to let the doctor go to the freezer to be able to get food so that we don't have characters starve to death. Also, there's something I do not want to deal with that we're going to have to deal with now. Jizz. Because of his anesthetization, there we go, Lord Kalmar has broken down and is very confused. He understood why he had the surgery. He wanted to have more robot pieces and parts. However, he just feels a little blurry. He recognizes his mind is slipping. The brilliant researcher can't think straight right now. Now again, while he's wandering, I can't draft robots, unfortunately. The linchpin of the playthrough. So after next big raid, I'll go ahead and have Kalmar do his once a year age removal. We just gotta wait till the raid's done, and when might that be? So this was the 5 rhinos right here, I believe. Yeah, and this was the 60 however many Huskies. So we're probably in line for another raid fairly soon. That said, we are playing on Randy Random, so there's no guarantee on that. We may actually sit with absolutely nothing for quite a while here. I started remaking Fire Foam Poppers. We used a bunch of them in pretty quick sequence. There's one right there, and one right there. I ideally like to have 2 at each of our entrances, but that's more steel, so we'll hold off on that for right now. Also, I've been talking for a couple streams now about getting this machine up and going, so we can begin sharing our spare goods with groups around us to get us more allies. And that's kind of a high priority, so I will go ahead and get this pod filled up pretty soon here. Looking like we have no components possibly. I think we found a bit of component down here we can dig out. We do want to do that. And we also need to get back to making components. So earlier I demanded that our beloved little constructor bot, Fairneth's Core, would not make any components because they were consuming all of my steel. We'll go ahead and turn it back on again, though, and little Fearneth's core should get right to it. That's good to see. Okay, big boy's still digging down there. I'd kind of like to prioritize the components, but it's not super urgent. Not so bad. Kalmar's back with us again. And it's infestation. Hey, it's been a while. So assuming this is actually a proper size infestation, this is the raid I want. Once this is done, we'll then have Kalmar get knocked out for 4 days. Giant insects, they are tunneling towards me. They'll break through in a few seconds and plant some hives. Plants? I love plants. The hives will spawn more insects and more hives. Bugs defend their home, etc. Really here again? This is the second time we've had infestation in this room. It is so annoying having infestation here because they're going to pop out and immediately destroy sarcophaguses, which take forever to build. And all of our poor children's corpses will be tossed out once more, reminding poor Kelmar what a terrible father he is. Oh. All right, one nice thing is that Flaming McGee is right here. Now, there's unfortunately nothing in here that's flammable. The stone does not burn. So Flaming McGee could go in there and just try to blast. Try to blast straight through all the insects, which make the room very, very hot. We'll get there in a second. Okay, I need to have our combat mechs go to Kelmar. Need to have Big Boy do the same. And then Kelmar go right there for now. Frogod, have a good night. You're off work now so I can start FMM? Yeah, sorry to say, friend. No football manager these days. My apologies. I hope you're having a good day, Frogod, for sure. One awkward thing about the base setup right now is that I put the mechs way over here. And the combat area is way over here. So I might want to have a second group of mechs, maybe leave some here and some over here. It's just such a long path between the two. Why is FM done? Yeah, that's always the hard part, isn't it? We love Football Manager, but we love lots of other games too. And so it's solely a matter of trying to be able to play all the games we like playing. The infestations prefer dark, so we add light here. You're absolutely right. Yeah, even a little bit of light here would cause them to prefer this kind of area instead. Yeah, we'll get back to FM eventually, but we gave it 2 weeks, and that's how long I tend to play a game for at a time. So this is not a big infestation. Which makes me wonder, have I missed more infestation somewhere? No, this is not an infestation appropriate to our base size, which may change how we think about how we're going to respond to the next little bit of the game. Did it even show up as being a real event? It is a real event, but. We may be able to get the door open and get fighting here before they destroy any of the sarcophagi, but I'm thinking now about whether to use the burner to light this on fire. So if it were possible for me to light them on fire and then close the door, we'd be fine. The issue though is this door is flammable, and so yeah. I'm sorry, Space Heater. Not today, buddy. A tiny infestation for late game colony, I totally agree. It should be much, much larger than that, so I'm going to say lucky us, though I do feel a little bad about it, to be honest. Where's my Lancer? Oh, there he is. He's coming, just real slow. Big boy on the way. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. We open the door. We close the door. And we begin to engage in the combat. The big boy's taking a bit of damage already. Bunch of crack in there. But no, there's really no problem here. Even if big boy goes down, we'll be fine. I remember back before I learned how to deal with infestations in melee fights, I was always terrified every single time one of these came. Pro guy had a rough day because you have your CEO is coming to 4 of your stores tomorrow. There's only so much you can do, right? There's only so much you can do to make sure your people are ready and won't, like, insult the CEO. I'm sure you did great, though. I'm sure you prepared as well as you can. But that's, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a day when you can, potentially impress somebody. All right. Good to report that the bugs are all down. Let's go ahead and finish off these hives pretty quickly. Years and years ago, I worked at a Target Greatland, and I was a front-end manager. I was somebody who made sure the cashiers were doing their job, and I really enjoyed it. I liked working with the people, but man, the pressures from some of those bosses were kind of brutal. Yeah. I work for Coca-Cola. Oh, do you do the stocking? Are you the person I get to thank for making sure there's always nice cold Coca-Cola on the wall when I show up? If so, thank you. A couple of bugs are still alive. We'll get our little slicers in to finish them off. You do that. Thank you. Thank you. A number of times I've said, like, I want a Coke. And I've gone to the store and gotten a Coke. A little less so since moving to Japan. But that said, whenever we do pizza night, Noms is always definitely interested in finding more Coke to eat. Drink, rather. Yeah, Gash is attacking Mac. Stop that, you. My poor robots were attacking each other. Attack the one that's on the ground still. Those should all die on their own. So we're going to have our robots return to sleepy time mode. Good. And Big Boy return to work. And that is the raid. Apparently this area is still part of the robots zone. I was looking to get rid of all of them and did not quite do so. So, get rid of this also. Wake up everybody. They'll return to their proper home over there. Poor Space Heater. Someday Space Heater will be able to fight. Everyone's favorite. Okay, we just finished making a Lancer, is that true? No, we didn't make a Lancer. We finished making our lifter, named Ava. We just need to save her from the little machine here and get her back to work. Then, glad to see my robots are showing up to clean up nicely. A bunch more insect meat. So we don't really need insect meat, right? We've been using insect meat to feed to our farm creatures down here. We don't have that much food saved up, but it's more than enough for the moment. One of the worst things for us would be if our freezer gets totally full of insect meat. I guess if that happens, we can then take the insect meat outside and just let it go bad. But for now, we'll leave it as is. All right. How much more steel do we have? Only 9 steel. There are some slag chunks to get done here. Unfortunately, Fairneth's core can't be told not to do cooking work, except we can actually. Oh, interesting. So though you can say which human should do a job, you can't say which mech in particular should do a job. So the way to do this, to make sure the correct mech does the cooking job, is to restrict Fairneth's core from the kitchen, and then insist that Cheese Biscuits, great name, is only allowed to go into the kitchen. So let's start making new zones just for those folks. So this is going to be the, I don't know, what's a good name for a crafter's area? An area where the crafting robot works. Boo, you'll have your revenge. I'm sorry, Fairnethers. I'm sorry that we are forcing you to do work you do not want to do. But that's how it goes. We call it the crafter's corner with those delightful Ks. That seems nice. We call it craft work. I think it's a band. Is that a band? It might be a band. Alright, so crafter's corner up this way. You get access to all of this. You're also going to need access to this room to drop off fuel. You're also going to need access to this room to drop off clothing and such. Yeah, we'll give you the stockpiles, I guess. And then you also need a charging area. And crafters are small robots, so we'll do this one down this way. Cool. Cool. Calmar's relaxing. I don't need relaxation. I need laboring. Summon mech threats. Which one's this? Okay, so we can summon Diablos again. There are these 3 boss mechs. We've beaten the first one twice already, the second one once, barely, and the third one not at all. I've never even seen the third one. I've heard numerous times that the third mech boss is very, very, very difficult, and so I am sort of consistently worried about even giving it a shot. Her, him, it, or no. Because all I know is that it causes the colonists waves of anger and hatred. And I thought that's kind of base. It's kind of base is a chill place. Do it? Not right now. I cannot be tempted into making that kind of bad decision. I appreciate the thought, but... Oh, I didn't put Farinanthus core into the zone, did I? I created it and then did nothing more. So where are you? There you are, boss. You in the crafting zone. Cool. Which means poor Farinanthus core kind of wandered around here sort of sadly. Not too much to do. However, I wonder if you can make drugs. So this is the one thing I don't know yet about crafting, which is... So drug labs require workers who have both medical skill as well as crafting skill. I think it's the case that each kind of robot only has one skill. And so it's possibly the case that no one can do drug labs. It might have a human do it. Now, Kelmar has some medicine and some crafting, so probably can do the medicine work. But the whole point of having robots is so that Kelmar doesn't have to work and can have fun instead. But I will go ahead and allow this now. We still have a huge drain on the steel. We'll see. Oh, a lot of the bots have 10. A lot of the bots have 10 across the board. I had no idea. I absolutely assumed that they only had the skill. It was listed here. Oh, it just says work skill. Oh, I misassumed this. Misassumed? That's a word. Okay, I see now. They have crafting, smithing, tailoring, cooking. This is not medicine. So my suspicion is they're not able to do... they're not able to do medicine work. But I think I assumed previously that the number 10 was just for its base stat, namely whatever crafting is. Now let's look at the other ones and see what they have. Probably the haulers have nothing, correct? Hauling. Skill 10 in hauling. That means nothing. Medicine bot. How about you, my friend? Do you know about crafting? Doctoring and firefighting. Yeah. Yep. So I think making the fancy medicine is not going to be able to be done. But we'll see. We talked previously about doing this. Let's go ahead and do it now. We'll put a light in here. 2 lights, actually. And I do want to dig in a little bit more for additional sarcophaguses, which is why I'm not putting a lamp at the end of that right now. Close that door as well. And begin to dig again. So we want the space for 2 more plants, 2 more sarcophagi, and then 1 more spot. Yeah, that's good. Or maybe just plan ahead and put even more for more bodies, for more brains. Yeah, may as well. So this is plant, sarcophagus, plants, sarcophagi. This has been made again. This room is off limits once more. It's negative 19 in here, so insects cannot spawn in this room again. Super swell, super good. Gotta love it. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do the dumb thing now. Unless I'm gonna create the cooking bot here. When that's done in 18 hours, then I will put Kelmar in the box for 4 days. And we will cross our fingers that nothing bad happens between now and then. Last time it was fine. We can believe in the regularity of the past and the present, correct? We can believe that surely, if a bad thing didn't happen once, it will never happen again. No doubt, no doubt. As of right now, Fairness is turning literally all of the steel into components, so I'm going to finish that one and then hold off for a little while. I think one unfortunate thing about the robots is they can never get better. They can move faster. This is a research we haven't done yet, I think, that allows the mechs to be like supercharged. Maybe that does cause them to work a little faster also. I'm not certain, but the building I don't quite have yet, correct? I do have it. It's called the Mech Booster, a remote energy and computation enhancement device. Any friendly mechanism in the effect will move and work faster. That's probably useful for getting my combat bots moved around very quickly, but past that I'm not exactly sure what I'd use it for. Especially because it only covers an area like that, and I did not make my crafting rooms in one big area like that. I made them side to side. And it'd be cool if there were a way to like take the same area and distribute it differently in this long line instead of the standard circle, but that's fine. Maybe eventually we'll have enough steel and money and such to put 2 down there side by side. All right, Kelmar, 10 hours to go. Soon. Where's my kitty cat allowed to go? Little Annie is stuck inside. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't want little Annie to go outside and have problems. Kelmar, this is not it. You think medicine skill is not needed for any of the drugs, medicine, crafting? Did it used to be? Or am I just forgetting things entirely? Because I thought that in making industrial medicine, you had to have both medicine skill and crafting skill. Is this false? I can't pull it up quite yet, but I've been working on that assumption for 4 years, probably. Was it true 4 years ago, or am I just misremembered literally all the way through? Yeah, we're doing it all soon. It's all soon, I promise. Yeah, I do wonder what strategies in the game are based on something I started doing years and years ago and just never thought to do differently. I suspect many of them. Also, though I love how this looks, having 2 poppers inside this room, it's absolutely overkill. Like, there's no particular reason to have this, because if one goes off, the other will also, and only one's needed to stop a fire in that room. This is not efficient play. The big worry, of course, is that we have a explosion of fire here, and it lights Yucca Mountain on fire. So I'm going to relocate this fire foam popper to here. Except, I think line of sight blocks. So I'm going to put it inside of Yucca Mountain instead. Yeah, it makes more sense. Oh, it's intellectual. Harsani, thank you. It's intellectual, and crafting is needed for the drug lab, not medicine. Now, I don't think that little buddy Fairnathus has intellectual skills. There he is. Yeah, so no intellectual. So this made me think that Fairnathus Core cannot create industrial medicine. We'll see. I'm sorry. Real Fairnathus, you're big smarty, don't you worry. But in-game Fairnathus, big dumb. As I do just one thing, which is pass the butter. Where is our new constructoid? There you are. Your name is Cheese Biscuits. Is that how biscuits is spelled? I think so. Alright, your job is to cook. You know it's time to cook, you're going to go cook. So we need a new zone for you, so you don't go do crafting work. Alright, so once more, we pull up the old scheduling. We can't make any more zones. Okay, time to think again, which zones do I not really need? I believe Pepper is not currently locked to the playpen zone. Hot stuff has been really fun to do for my my incineration bot, but I've never actually used it once. I'm afraid of the incineration bot, so I'm just gonna move the incineration bot over to the main mech spot instead. And then new area. It's going to be the cooking zone. We call it like Cheesy's cooking cabinet. Truly, alliteration is the greatest of all possible jokes. Alright, so that is going to be all of this for sure. And then nearest charger as well. You stay in the dining room, that's not for you. And let Fernandez have a tiny little path. I'll do the same thing for cheese biscuits. Cool. We want to not let the little bit be there. Chuck E. Cheese biscuits. Hey, his name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. And don't you forget it. So you go into that zone, please. Okay. With all that done, here we go. 4 days. It goes slightly faster. I put down more silver. Do I have silver saved up right now, or did I spend it all on buying children? Where should the silver be? There it is. We have 117 silvers all. Each bit of sterile tile takes how much? Through 12. All the steel though. I don't have any steel. All right. In celebration of the second year, I'm going to add one more line there. And then when that's done, Kalmar goes in the box. As each year goes by, we'll take over one tiny bit more part of the laboratory, and eventually the laboratory will be entirely sterilized. Also the hospital, etc., etc. So with Kelmar's improved eyes, what is the bonus to health now? Higher sight. That'll help with the, what's it called? That'll help with the, sniping. Does mech stuff benefit from cleanliness? I actually don't know if it does. Which is to say, I'm guessing you're implying, wouldn't it make sense then to have the biosculptor pod inside the hospital to share the sterility bonus? You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong about that. Bad temperature. Oh, it's only 5 degrees in here. Oh, so previously this was the inhabited part of the base, and so they put lots and lots of heaters in here, and then didn't put any in the deeper, colder parts. So we should probably fix that. Or I could have space heater light fire 12 of our things. No, you're absolutely right that these things do not benefit at all from cleanliness. Yeah, not even a little bit. But I think it looks cool to have a sterile laboratory. Alright, a logger named Monkey. Monkey's not affiliated with any faction. Hello, Monkey, 54 years old. Little great bow there, wearing some lovely flop hats and clothing. Yep. I'm sorry, Monkey. Were you part of a faction? I might help you out. Speaking of which, oh, there he goes. I'm about to say, this guy's been hanging out in our house for a very long time. He should be healed by now. And he is. So, goodbye, Op. Goodbye, Op. Max being metal, of course, need adequate heating. It's true. We can't have their coolant, I guess, freeze up. But no, I'm gonna have my humans head deeper in there. I should probably at least have heating in this room. It's 15 degrees to here. It's actually relatively... Oh, we're dumping heat. We're dumping heat in this way. And so, the hallways are actually relatively warm. It's just because these doors are shut to avoid infestations getting in or out. So if I put a vent right here, that will actually normalize the heat. It'll be fair piece warmer. We could also throw another AC unit to continue dumping heat in. I mean, volcanic winter, it is true. It is true. It is 0 degrees outside. We don't have an airlock, and so our front door here opens and shuts, letting the cool in. It's still about 20 inside, though. All right. The member left, and so we're at 37 friendship points with the Empire. I believe it is time for us to load up some stuff to give to some friends. Before we do that, let's go and see which friends are nearby. Those are the pigs. We don't like the pigs. This is the Neanderthals. They also don't like us. This is the imps. So these two can never, ever, ever, ever like us. Happily, the Empire is not too far away. Does anyone know for sure if you dump presents onto the Empire, does it cause them to like you more? I know you can dump presents onto Outlanders and Tribals, and they will like you more. But I don't know about the Empire for sure. Though the expansion's been out for, I don't know, literally years, I know nothing about it. Whichever way we want to dump some stuff on somebody. So, I can give them my robots. I don't want to do that, definitely. Calf number 2, you get loaded in. When you send it, it'll show you if it gives favor. All right, cool. Thank you for that. I definitely am curious if the Empire cares. All right, and then what kind of junk do I have to share with people? There are a whole bunch of, what's it called? A whole bunch of like basic weapons and such. I can give them toxic waste packs. It might be worth trying to make some art. I don't think there's any bot that makes art, unfortunately. And we may decide at the end of this thing that we don't actually have sufficient items to share that are worth sufficient value. There's no roster here of how much we're sending in cash, is there? No. Oh, I have a ton of parkas. We made parkas explicitly to send along, so this will really pile up the value very, very nicely. And I do want to keep one of them for Kalmar, just in case. And one for a kid, just in case. Yeah, we do need to do a good job of finding other items to create that might be nice for the friends around. Shirt, keep pair of pants. I used to have a columnist who made wood sculptures for me. What happened to that columnist? What happened to the columnist who made things for me? I don't know. I just don't know. I was going to ask, why do I have so many kids' clothes? And then I remember where they came from. So I'm not going to think about that. Secret secrets. Secret secrets. Oh, boy. Poor children. Poor sweet children. This flak vest is lower quality, so we'll send it along the way. I probably don't need 3 gas masks. I had 3 gas masks because the characters... we had 3 characters. Now we only have 2. So I'll get rid of the lowest tier 1 for now. The old Ray headset we do not need. Okay, this ends up being a few thousand in money. The pod's not totally filled, unfortunately. We could send some wood along, which is worth basically nothing. Or we can hold off till we have more clothes to send. Or... our drugs. Who doesn't like drugs? And this jade, I should probably turn to art before sending, but it's quite valuable. So I'll go ahead and send about half of it right now. And then we're much, much closer to full. Here, have some medicine also. And then all these small piles of fur and such, we definitely don't need. Which, I'm actually seeing this. I think we're having trouble making any clothes, because as of right now, we just have like small scraps. We could use the tailoring bench to create patched leather, which could make some clothing. It's just not terribly attractive. I think we're going to hold off on making anything more until we can find more cloth of some kind. We can't grow any more cloth outside right now because it is ongoing volcanic winter. We could start a farm inside for that, though. We may do that. Okay, that's a nice pile of stuff. Let's load it up and see what happens. Cool. Ooh, cool. This intersection's now done. Intersection, not intersection. Intersection's now done. We can remove this. Also, this mega sloth here might be worth a A shirt or so, we'll see. Does the Empire ideology hate drugs? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I don't have anyone here who believes in the Empire, do I? No, unfortunately not. But yeah, it is a funny idea that the Empire might accept drugs for the mood bonus, but then burn them immediately. Maybe that's how we tell the story, right? The Empire hates drugs so much, they're very happy to receive the drugs so they can burn them. This bunch of narcs. It's crazy how long Volcanic Winter's going. This is the problem with Randy Random, is you can just have incredibly long events that grind your base down in some genuinely horrid ways. Now, with that said, I don't mind it so much because of our mountain base. Were we playing outside, though, and didn't have a big pile of food saved up, we'd feel really, really, really annoyed right now. Okay. Because we modified our setup here, this spot can now be used as cover against my fighters in their defensive positions. So we probably want to fix that at some point. Either by expanding our fighting zone down slightly. Is there a reason not to do that? As of right now, no. It wouldn't infest, so we'll see. Also, I said I want to make a charger in here, but now that I realize that it's infestable, we don't want a charger in there. We want one just outside instead. So maybe the one down here will be fine. As of right now, are we all kind of charged? Oh gosh, Mac the Scyther is not kind of charged. So I'm going to go ahead and reset the area up here as being available for the military mechs so they can get charged somewhere. That's too big of an area. That's the kind of area that will cause them to all go live there. And we'll invite Kalmar to go charge up. Was it Mac? I think it was Mac. Mac a Scyther. Big Mac. If Mac gets some kills, like if Mac becomes a pretty impressive creature, we're definitely gonna call him Big Mac a Scyther. And I may get sued by the good people of McDonald's. Alright. The expansion is complete. We're now up to 101% work speed. That's the same as previously. Kalmar, 4 days. Pepper MG is all by themselves with the robots. Yeah, this is fine. I really should have an ally set up before Kalmar goes into this thing. We can interrupt the cycle if we absolutely need to. We do that, though, he gets kind of bummed out. So 9 days, here we go. And the volcanic winter is completed. So we can go back to growing again. Now, in the time we've been not growing, some things have changed. Number one, I'm delighted to have more hay availability because that's how we make more kibble with the insect meat. I believe it's set up to, yeah, only insect meat, eggs, and hay now. So I'll permit that again. And then the thought I had is I need more cloth. But previously we stopped growing cotton because we had, I think, a 2,000 or so. So definitely growing some more would be fine. I want to get rid of this growing zone here. Oh, it connects. It's always fun. So we'll just shrink it instead. And then I want to go ahead and cut all of this just to get rid of the weird colors. So this base has existed for how long? 479 days. How long ago did I say I'm going to make a path through the middle of the base so we can move more quickly from back here to up here? It's probably like 300 days ago I said I was going to do that. And that I most certainly did not do so. Alright, we'll get right onto that. It's always fun when I notice problems in the base. It's not a problem. It's a slight inefficiency. It's not the end of the world. But, how much heal root do we have? Not as much as we used to, but we definitely have some. So I want to continue growing heal root. I'm going to go ahead and take the big cornfield and turn it into cotton plants instead. Yeah, that seems nice. Alright, the robots are back to doing smoothing. Ooey, 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 it's happened. So we can finally link our power grid through one more line. and that's awesome. I kind of want to make a redundant line through here also, in case that part gets destroyed. But we can't have a maximum redundancy, so I'll probably leave it as is. Now, this one part needs to be smooth also. I may ask Kelmar to do that after a bit. Oh, Pepper, you're all by yourself. Good luck, little buddy. And we're trying to make 10 more Parkers again. So as of right now, it is the case that our little buddy, the construction bot or crafting bot, is going to try to make us more and more Parkas for more and more fun. That's good. Jim, have a good night. We'll see you later, friend. Thanks for hanging out on this lovely Rimworld Friday. Dr. Game Merchant's checking out the new territory. Previously stayed in the hospital. Now is allowed to go look over Cheese Biscuit's shoulders, see what's being cooked, see the food situation. And it all looks pretty good right now, for sure, for sure, for sure. Why, though, have these two not been chopped apart? Huh. Huh. The cheapest is allowed to get there. They are fresh, and so they can be chopped apart. The butchering... Oh, I see. The butchering job can't quite reach them. A little bit bigger, and now it can. Good. How old's Kelmar? So Kelmar's only 42. I think Kelmar was like age 40 when the game started. We've done the age reversal thing twice now. But I think that causes the age to stay where it is, as opposed to augmenting. But I'm not certain on that. It may not be the case. All right, this thing is still filling gradually. Hauling bots are stuck on that. What else did we talk about doing recently? So, probably close this door. We have a chance. Let's look around for any more steel slag we can deal with. And then I feel like we've caught up on basically everything I said I wanted to do for sure. And so probably just go ahead and begin making more higher tier combat robots. I'm not seeing any steel slag right now. Get him buried. Ah, the steel slag. Oh gosh, actually a ton of it. Must have had a large drop pod raid down that direction. So we'll mark all of it as get hauled in. Also, here's my little Pollux tree. The Pollux tree is an addition in this DLC that removes bits of pollution bit by bit by bit. Now, some of these trees here, the witchwood trees, can only grow in polluted soil. A small toxidapid tree with a twisted trunk can only grow on polluted terrain. It yields a meager amount of wood. Is the kind of punishment you get for leaving infestations out. But the Pollux tree will beat it eventually. That's good. The base is looking really good. Thank you for that. I mean, realistically, what we should be doing next is have just Kelmar research as much as possible. Got some jade out here. Got more power availability also. This is granites. This is steel. Always looking for more steel. So we'll remove all those. And then that just dropped the home zone. We'll go ahead and remove that. So our... Oh, it didn't. It didn't actually make a home zone. I think had we claimed it explicitly, it would. But having not explicitly claimed it, we don't get a home zone there. This is granite. So the one thing we haven't found yet is a ancient danger. At some point we might go hunting for one, just to see if we can find it. Now my money is almost certainly in here, but I was not planning to dig us out, but maybe we can do so and see what we can find. Right, and that's the map. That's the map. This is a dry thunderstorm, so we're gonna have some fires going, but these are not a problem. Home zone management is such a problem. I definitely agree. I definitely agree that's the case. Colonists can't finish loading transport pods because my items became unavailable. Rhino leather. Where'd the rhino leather go, Fairness Core? Apparently there's a little bit more. So because it can't add any more, does that mean that everything else we were looking for is there? Yes. So it is now fully loaded. With the current amount of fuel, it can not quite reach the Empire. All right, increase that fuel level. Just a bit for now. Cool. And then we'll see what we get for it. Big Boy's wandering, which means there are no more mining jobs at all. We got those components there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I guess we'll go ahead and dig down this way next. Now, as we do that, we should go ahead and make another granite column over here. Better safe than, etc. And one there also. Oh, not my precious oak tree. No. These are the only trees we've actually been growing all playthrough long. Pepper MG, you feel like fighting a fire? You feel like fighting a fire, kid? Let's see. Can you fight a fire at the age of... No, 5-year-olds don't know what to do with fire. That said, Pepper MG is heading out past the fire to grab some steel. Good job, you hero. And it is raining now, so what could have been a unfortunate disaster causing us to lose absolutely all of our trees did not come to pass. All right, it's time for us to make our church and our soccer field and our orphanage. Any strong feelings, which one comes first? Soccer field, church, orphanage. Place your desires now, and we'll try our best. This is going to be a church, a stupidly large church. This is going to be a soccer field, or an orphanage, and the soccer field will be down here somewhere. You want the church? Got 1 vote for church so far, 2 votes for church. All right. So what do we know about our religion is that it is devoted to all things robots. Emma Adams sat on a park bench for 20 years as she contemplated our world. With her insight, she wrote a founding book. Emma assembled a team of great scientists and inventors to redefine humanity. The ideologists would not have understood the true nature of technology without Emma's teaching. So it sounds like we need a statue to Saint Emma. Definitely. And then we got pews. We got a ritualistic symbol. Some relics, possibly. This is far too large of a room to be a church, isn't it? It's a bit silly. But let's continue putting out these granite supports. How close are they here? All right, they're just barely overlapping. That's fine. Kind of drab looking. A little drab in here, but it's okay. Maybe make it look a little nicer a little bit later. Once those are all built, we'll then remove the center section. And this back wall can't be repaired. You can't repair mountain walls. So I have to cut that down and put in some walls instead. It's an eclipse. We have no solar panels, so no problems at all. If I mine out all this, there will not be a collapse because this section is supported by these walls. This section is supported by those. We're fine. In a base like this, I have to talk very seriously and very carefully about mountain collapses constantly. I think it's fine. No rules under 3 members when we get priest bots. It's a real question. I need some priest bots to come and tell us what the good news is. Something blackjack hookers. Okay, so actually, with this not made, the roof did not collapse. How wide is this room? Maybe it's fine. I wonder about like right here, but no, right here is supported by this below. We actually don't need any of these columns. It's just for the miner's feeling of safety as opposed to actual experience of safety. We continue digging out this section next. There we go. Our roof is collapsed because it's far too far away from a support. That will continue, won't it? As long as Big Boy doesn't get hit, he'll be fine. So one spot there was unsupported, but I think all the rest of it's fine. So we'll dig this out after the support beam is made. I've definitely had ceilings collapse on people and had their neck broken immediately, their head popped off. It's all pretty silly. Okay. Looks like we need granite blocks. Granite blocks are happening. Also looks like we should go ahead and mark all this granite stuff down here to get hauled away. More work for the haulers. This has been, I believe, adequately fueled. It is at 81 fuel. Great. Let's see what the Empire will give us. Plus 31 right now. All right, so... Nope, missed it again. There we go. 31 plus 37. 68. So that's not quite 100. We could give them some food. We could give them some uranium. I have no idea if I'm going to need uranium for something later in the base. Usually I use uranium for uranium maces. And I think power armor needs it also. I think there's some like upper tier Robo-Tech Dude armor. That's right, Robo-Tech Dude armor. Is it here? No, it's Mech Commander helmet so far. And that requires just plasteel. Anything over here? No, so nothing involving uranium yet. That's a tremendous amount of uranium. So let's go ahead and load a few stacks of that in as well. Oh, is there not a way to add more things once you've done your first loading job? So if I cancel this, they all pop out. And I don't necessarily want that. Yeah, but it's been sealed shut, welded shut, so here we go. Do enjoy, Empire, do enjoy. We'll immediately go ahead and set up for another one. 68. Very good, very good, very good. Kalmar's still locked in for 2.2 more days. Soon, soon, soon. With that made, we can now dig the middle section as well. Pepper's got nothing to do. Poor little buddy Pepper. What do you want to do, little buddy Pepper? Tell me your story. You want to draw on the floor. You can do that. You also want to look at the sky. I believe you can do that as well. Now, I think looking at the sky might require some distance from buildings. I think down here is good to go on that. Not quite sure. All right. What do we want to make our church look like? Oh, it needs to be warmer for one. So it's 16 degrees now. Having removed that wall, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and add in a couple of vents. Say right. Oh boy, it's not going to be able to be centered between these two. So put them on the very edges, there and here. For the moment, it would be very unfortunate to have an infestation here. I mean, it will always be unfortunate to have an infestation inside of our beloved church, but. I want to run a power cable this way also. We'll eventually loop this together, I think. Okay, last bit of digging also. Right, so. And then more granite walls. Hello, Jack. How's it going? Awesome. I'm amazed we've built this entire base with, generally speaking, only one colonist. What difficulty are we on? I think we're on our standard one from the top, aren't we? Let's review scenario. No, it's not. His options, isn't it? Gameplay, settings. Yep, random, blood and dust. My standard play setting. I'm very happy. I'm greatly pleased with how this playthrough's gone. So with this one constructed, we're going to dig this bit out. I shouldn't tempt fate, though, by saying positive things about about how the playthrough's going. Alright, so over here needs some improvements. I'd like very much to move the power line down this way instead, which we started on. Ah! This is a play here that an improvement I meant to do earlier and totally forgot about to avoid infestations down this way. Also, look at that. We've researched auto doors. I had no idea. Hybrid, it's good seeing you. Enjoy your finals. Good luck. Fingers crossed. I'm sure you're going to do great. Yes, this area, though, needs to be smooth the rest of the way, so we can run a power line this way, so it's not quite as exposed as before. Good. And we have 2 more brains, so what do I want to build next? I mean, more hauler bots could be cool. A second paramedic might make sense, so we're able to bring one along into combat instead of bringing Dr. Game Merchant forward every time. Maybe like a combat paramedic instead. On the big boy here, the Lancer. This Lancer has been set up made for such a long time, so I really want to do this. 75 steel, 75 plasteel, 4 components, and 1 standard subcore. Standard subcore. 2 components. Bunch of plasteel. No steel. Fine. Yeah, I really wonder what the decision was, or why the decision was made to not let miner bots use the deep drill. There must be some particular reason for it. But it seems that in later game, the big miner bot is just kind of useless, except as a strong meleeer. So I don't know. I don't think there's any more mining we want to do over here, and I think we've already stripped all of the obvious treasures from the walls out here. So we could go ahead and dig out all of the jade we saw. But I don't really want to dig out any jade until we know what we're going to do with it. Just checking for any left behind bits of good stuff. Hey, Chiplerone, thanks for Prime Sub. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a real good day. Thanks for being here as always. More spots to build again. I think we had some enemies crash land out here and dig their way out. And I think I was planning to continue filling this up and to put a door right there. Again, Chip, thank you for the kindness in your resubs. All you generous subbers, thank you for doing that. I know this is an especially fun day for a lot of you. Our once weekly engagement with the good game we like playing. Alright, because I'm a curious guy / an idiot, I'm going to dig this out, and we can tell it's open beyond there. And I do not know what it's going to be, so let's send Big Boy out to dig it out and see what amazingness we find. Oh. Am I an idiot? The part where I said it's not possible to repair mountain walls, this is true. The way in which you deal with that is not by tearing them down and building them back up, it's by smoothing them. Yeah, so good that Big Boy got some practice at ripping down more walls, but me, an idiot. I could put a door down to keep safe. Oh, that's an interesting idea. So put a door here and then dig it out. There won't be anything hostile inside, right? The worst it could be is like a big open area, surprise valley, and so on. But Guardian, you're absolutely right, you could do that. In this case, I think I'm fine. It's a flash storm! The world catches on fire. Happily, we have finally covered the vast majority of our power line. You thought I knew about walls? Oh, the problem is I do know all these things. I've been playing the game long enough that I know most interactions. The only problem is I do forget them in the moment oftentimes. Alright, continue with the building. So at some point here, I guess the thing to do will be to start making auto doors in the key elements of the base. That's all it is. Womp womp. Cool enough, I suppose, but Not really worth the time. Hello, Shadow. The game looks fun, but you're scared of a steep learning curve. As I often say, the game is actually relatively easy to learn as long as you move very, very slowly, accept that you're going to lose, and yeah, don't get discouraged over it. So it absolutely makes sense that you're not going to be able to jump in your first playthrough and make a giant base like this. It's just not going to happen. But if you say, okay, I do the tutorial says, here's how you build buildings, here's how you grow crops. All right, you do that, you then say, okay, in this playthrough, I'm going to make 3 buildings and a bed. And say, okay, I'm just going to do that. And then maybe you do that. And then your colonist starves. You say, oh, no, that's bad. How do I avoid colonists starving? Well, okay, what happens in the real world? Where does food come from? From the grocery store. There's no grocery store, so what am I going to do to get food? Well, the farm or the hunting. And then you start solving problems step by step by step. And eventually you won't make the basic mistakes anymore. And you get a little bit farther in the game, and they say, okay, well, what stopped the base this time? Oh gosh, the only colonist I have has an infection, and I don't know how to help that colonist. They can't take care of themselves. They doctor other people, but not their own people, or not themselves. Well, then you realize that every character has a button here to self-tend, and you click that button, and then they can take care of themselves. You say, okay, good to go. But what happens if my only colonist can't do doctoring and they get an infection? Well, then you just die. But yeah, the more you play the game, the more you realize what kind of problems there can be, which leads to knowing we have to look out for ahead of time. And that for me is how you become an expert at this game, which is a learning curve. It's not super steep though, IMO. I love this game though, so I'm a little bit of a biased commentator on that. Bulk good trader, they are arriving. Hello, friends. Little tribal friends. We could buy some ducks. Is that a duck? A goose? That's right. I'm playing Duck Goose over here. What else do we see they have? A pig? We get some swine? Please don't get caught on fire as you walk across the map. If you do, it's my fault. Why are you walking through the fire? You idiots! You fools! All right. Local squirrel's gone quite crazy. It will attack absolutely everyone it sees. Pepper MG, no. I'm very glad that we looked up at that moment. It is time for the occasional hauling bot versus wild animal extravaganza. Oh. That's no fun. So definitely my hauling bot has won fistfights before with small animals, but the animal walks straight into a trap. Heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. Sadly, you're right also. I think one thing I felt a lot of pressure for when I started this game is other streamers play this game at the highest possible difficulty and make crazy strategies to deal with the difficulty of the game. And I said, okay, I've got to do that also. If I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty, it's just not worth playing. This, though, is the word of an idiot. So that's not how you should do it. Instead, it can be a ton of fun to play at any difficulty. Occasionally, I just like making bases. Occasionally, I just enjoy looking at pretty things. And one way to do that is to play at the peaceful difficulty, where occasionally you'll have, I think, wild animals attack you, maybe, but never nasty raiders coming to get you. And I think that's a perfectly legitimate play style that can be a ton of fun. Also a ton of fun, setting up a ridiculously huge smoothing job. I will not stop streaming today until all of this smoothing is done. Also, that part where I get concerned about base value, never again may I be concerned. Alright, so let's do some church stuff. We have an ideogram called the BIOS ideogram. It's a large image drawn on the ground and reinforced with metal edges. It's used as a focus for rituals. It has made of steel. And so, is there a center place I can put it here? I should probably get the old measuring tool out, but no, I'm just going to eyeball it. That seems quote-unquote right to me. We'll see. A space tactician named Danny, or Dan I, has landed out here. Best of luck, Dan I. Best of luck. Kalmar is still locked in the box for 13 hours more. Good. We'll have little cutie Pepper go have a conversation. Lord Kalmar told me not to talk to anybody. Lord Kalmar said, leave us all alone. Go away, you're not welcome here. I think the best / worst thing that's ever happened in my my Rimworld experience is getting children in the game, because now I feel obliged to do children voices, and it just sounds ridiculous every time I do. But I can't resist it. Alright, usually I would sell this calf. I'm going to keep it around, though, to send to the Empire as a tribute. And I think that's true of basically everything else I have right now, that I want to go ahead and share it with the Empire instead. Yeah. The question is, do they have anything I want? A parka, a burqa, tribalware. Dye, we have so much dye. I should send dye to the Empire for sure. More cloth would be nice, but we'll grow our own a little bit here. Tons of insect jelly also. We definitely got to go ahead and send that to the Empire. I'm going to continue saying, let's sell that to the Empire over and over again. Unfortunately, the pigs are not a breeding pair. Pigs are mammals. Do they make milk? In this game. I don't mean the real world. I've definitely seen piglets a-suckling. Is there like a milkable? Let's go look at the cow. Pardon me briefly. Where's my cow? Hello, milk. Do you say like milkable somewhere? Okay, milk type, milk. So it's under animal productivity. Hello, piggy. No, pigs are not milkable. Now that I think of it, I've never heard of pig milk being sold at a store, or like pig milk cheese. But you gotta be able to. Like, genuinely, I feel cheated by the game. Dear Tynan, please put pig milk in the game. Alright, and only one goose, unfortunately. If only there were, like, more animal sounds in the game. I would love having a goose running around our base quacking all the time. That'd be perfect. Also, I actually saw a video a few months back of this person who kept geese as pets, which strikes me like being a bad idea in general. But they had these adorable little diapers, and she would take them on walks to like the local grocery store, and the owner was totally cool with them coming inside as long as they were wearing their little diapers. And apparently they were so well behaved and enjoyed looking at different things and just like being ducks. But the person said that you got to be very, very careful with how you raise ducks, or else they get mean and territorial. But I'm always struck when people have like pet animals that strike me as being domestic or non-domestic animals in general. I think when I was a kid, it was like Michael Jackson and his monkeys and so on. But yeah, it was a cool video at least. I can't imagine what life's actually like. Yeah, I think we got nothing to sell, unfortunately, because we sent it all to the Empire instead. One thing to do would be to take anything and sell it just to get more silver. The insect meat. We have so much, and we already have a good amount of kibble. So I'm going to go and sell 500 of that for almost no money. That's right, visitors. Thank you much for the generous pile of cash. This fire alarm is still on. It's all fine. And look, a little Mary Moppins out there cleaning stuff up. Thanks, Mary. All right, a little bit more of this was made. Let's continue at it. Only a few more to go. Some things just exploded. What would have exploded? So fire foam poppers could explode, but none of them are set anywhere. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not a problem. Yeah, it's probably fine. This area down here, if it's home zone, shouldn't be. Let's actually run through that real quick and make sure there's no weird home zoning anywhere. Don't need that. We do want to keep this section home zone so it continues remaking traps. Now, we've never actually used this little spot here. Hey, it's more ambrosia. Speaking of random bits of home zone, got some more ambrosia coming out. We'll go ahead and mark grow zone around that. And forbid it. And immediately remove the home zone. Swell. Trade caravan's leaving. We're getting a little low on food. I don't think it's urgent yet, but I'm going to keep our eyes on. Earlier I did infinite carnivore lavish meals because I was worried about having too much meat from huskies that was outside the freezer, but now we're good on that. Everything just paused. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. How's the crop? How are the crops growing? Pretty well. Pretty well. We didn't change this over to cotton, did we? Wait, what did I change for cotton? I must have talked about doing it and then actually didn't do it. So, maybe I saw the C at the top and said, C, that must be cotton. And I marked corn instead. Change made. Great. Now over here, I'm going to continue building this up. Bit by bit. Kelmar's out of the box in 2 hours. The most dangerous part of the year has ended, thank goodness. I need to stop putting out any construction jobs. I got about 45 minutes left to stream today, maybe a little bit longer, and nothing new has been smoothed yet. Here they go. So no more construction other than finishing up these 2 little spots. Alright, how are we looking on steel? Got 4 still. There we go. Lord Kelmar has completed his age reverse cycle. He wants to do another one in 60 days. Kelmar is only 41 now, so it actually does take a year off. Huh. Given the introduction of children to this game, when a person goes from 12 to 13, they change body type. I believe it also changed from 17 to 18. Is it possible to turn adults back into babies now? Huh. Should the playthrough end not with Kelmar turning into a robot, but instead with Kelmar turning into a baby and enjoying the orphanage he made for other people? I'm so curious. Do any of you know? Like, this is the kind of thing I might want to go try Rimworld Science on. Hey, Davey, what are my thoughts on Nietzsche? Oh gosh, that's a big question. I think he's one of the least read and most poorly understood of modernist philosophers. I've mentioned that years ago when I first moved into the city I was doing grad school, my apartment building was repainted in my first month of living there, and a painter came in who was kind of a rough-looking local, and he saw my Nietzsche on my my bookshelf and said, "Oh, you like Nietzsche? I do too." And he took off his shirt, where there was a giant Nazi symbol on the middle of his chest. This is what Nietzsche means to me. I went, oh God, why am I here? I think it's right to read him as an existentialist. I think his late life work is hard to understand because he was in fact syphilitic and losing his mind. I think the will to power is a useful antidote to the kind of Hegelian absolutism that was the word of the day before that. I think he would take into excessive positions, and Yeah, I mean, I think there's some very good books on how to take Nietzsche today. Walter Kaufman has one of them, John Kagan another, and yeah, that's my quick story. Nietzsche's philosophy was used to justify Nazi ideology. Yeah, his sister was married to a Nazi, and when Nietzsche died, his sister became the literary executor of the estate, and almost certainly added political material to his writings. That's how it goes. Hey, G Shields, no problems. I mean, that's a very quick and dirty answer to a very complicated question. Yeah, yeah, and I think Nietzsche always takes seriously like we are social beings. It's not pure individualism. Like no philosopher other than like Ayn Rand, not a philosopher, would argue that like pure individualism is the story. Even the hardcore existentialists like Sartre and Camus accept that we have to like stand accountable for the choices we make for ourselves. Sartre even says we must stand as an example for all of humanity, bringing this like Kantian understanding that when you make a decision, you're saying it's the right decision for anyone like me, which is quite the burden indeed. Hi, Red Wolf, good to see you. Welcome back. Good to see you for sure. I'm talking about Rimworld here, not philosophy, I swear. Very good. It got moved over to cotton. That is what we wanted. Was hoping for. And I think we're still okay on veggies. It may actually make sense at some point to change literally all of this over into cotton, just so we have enough to make clothes to sell this and that and this and that. A solar flare's begun. We're gonna ignore this. This is not happening to us. This is not a bad thing. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Angry, angry. So people have told me that solar flares are hard-coded to not last for more than a day. We're playing on Randy Random, so who knows? Oh, no need to apologize, Davidana. I'm totally fine talking philosophy. I just have a very hard time giving serious answers while also focusing on the video games. Which I often say, like, if you really want to talk philosophy, join the Discord. There's a serious discussion channel in which I will answer any question as best I can. But it's all totally cool. It's just hard for me to like really think about intellectual questions while also streaming. And that's my insufficiency as a streamer. I'm always amazed by streamers who can really play games while also blathering on about this and that serious stuff. Like him or hate him, the streamer Destiny, who's been doing like the angry debate bro thing for a decade now, is so good at playing, in fact, Rimworld while arguing through various cultural issues. Now, with that said, I think his arguments are often sort of facile. I think he often is just rehearsing culture war talking points as opposed to really thinking hard about stuff. But please don't clip that and give that to him. Be like, if he thinks I'm facile, he should come debate me right now. Come at me, comma bro. So, yeah. All right. When can Pepper start making artwork? 10, right? I think it might be age 10. The Discord invite's invalid? No. Really? Try this one. That's the same one. Huh. That's no good. Has no one been joining the Discord because the Discord link is invalid? Oh boy, I may in fact be the worst streamer ever. Solar flare's over. No major concerns. Jack, can you populate a new invite? I think actually anyone can do that. It seemed to work for you, really? Huh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working for Davey then. Strange stuff. Appreciate y'all trying to figure that one out. Let's think about auto doors. So how's our power situation overall? We have a ton of excess power. So much. Sally, thank you so much for helping out. If you click that link, it should go through. Tons of extra power. So clearly the main door should be auto door instead. Now, how much steel does an auto door take to make? 40. And components. Ah. Ah. We're gonna have to have Kelmar dig more. Or we just keep strip mining. Okay, I'm gonna strip mine in areas that are not immediately infestable. So just along here, and hopefully by like removing a layer or two, we'll find some steel. I actually do not know how deep into a mountain you have to go in order to find nodes of resources. Like, there are definitely some fairly deep inside, but there can be some right at the surface. So maybe at like 2 levels in, it's also possible. Let's see what we find. Okay. 3 more spots to build. Let's keep doing that. You may not have permission to join. Are you someone who has been banned from my Discord server in the past? Like, there are 5 or 6 people I've banned from the Discord server in all of history. If you're one of them, go away. If you're one of them who threatened to stalk me and come to my house while I was sleeping, definitely go away. Oh, goodness. You don't think so? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry to hear it's not working, but yeah. This is an important lesson we're going to learn about how mountains populate with random materials. Because I know it's when the map's created, I'm fairly sure the mineral nodes are created first, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Yeah, not positive. But they could just be anywhere here. I'm building into a mountain. Well, yeah. We've been building into a mountain for a very, very long time. This base is like 500 days old. And, yeah. Said the same thing. Okay, after stream is done today, I'm going to look through the Discord settings. I don't know Discord settings super well. There may be some setting that says, like, if you are not, like, email verified, then you can't join. But I don't think I would have that turned on. So I'm really not sure. Yeah, terribly sorry that it's not letting you log in. I think one of the mods is able to modify settings on the Discord. Unfortunately, he's no longer active in the channel. So I should probably promote somebody else to be Discord mod in chief. Oh, I need to stop putting out construction jobs. No. I mean, yes, but no. Because the floor. I'm considering locking all my construction bots in here until they eventually smooth down everything. We'll see. I got a bunch of granite. I'd use that to make pews, but no. Kelmar, what are you doing? Oh, Kelmar's digging also. You stop that, Kelmar. All right, so we're not going to let Kelmar go into anywhere along the mountain's edge right now. Side here also. My computer email isn't verified. All right, it is possible I have that turned on. It may have been an automatic setting that Discord turned on for me. It probably is good to have email verification for these things, but I'm not the kind of streamer that gets like hate raids generally. I think I've had like 1 or 2 people ever act somewhat maliciously in the Discord, and so I probably don't need it for sure. But I'll look into that after stream. Even this channel, I think you're allowed to like follow the channel and talk on the channel with no verification at all. Not even email verification, I think. So you can make thousands of accounts and troll the channel. Hey, Red Rover, who are we murdering today? We've already murdered 2 adult colonists today. It was Cortraption and Gymaconius, whatever it is. Hey, more garland pods. So if we want, we can harvest this and plant some fancy trees. Unfortunately, these fancy trees are the enemy of mech building, the enemy of buildings in general, so we don't actually want it. it can just stay there and pop at the map a little bit more. However, I wonder if you can sell these. And if so, I wonder for how much. Okay, I'm going to harvest just one to see what it's worth. If it's worth a decent amount, I will go ahead and harvest them just to sell. Nat and Trovexa visiting us. They've got some silver and nothing else we want, so they will trade there. Hello, Grizzly Bear. Hello, buddy. Is Kelmar any good at animal handling? No, no. Kelmar's a -4, or actually now 0. Initially -4, up to proper 4 now. Kelmar still has some real limitations in their lives there. Didn't work. Yeah, Davey, I'm sorry. I can't be the Discord help desk past this, unfortunately. No. Stop building things. Stop building things. Stop building things. We need to find other ways to improve the base that are not building things. I do want to see how much more steel's under here. To do that, though, I've got to turn the scanner back on. Ambrosia's worth so much. We're definitely sending that to the Empire. They have 224 money. I'd like all of it, please. So... we made this kid leather shirt. That is the only kid leather shirt. We do have 2 pairs of pants, though, so I can sell one of those. And... yeah, I don't know. Got 2 t-shirts also. Fine. We got some money. It's sufficient for now. Jack, would you mind looking into that? I appreciate you doing that for me while I'm unable to do much. Thanks, Jack. Hey, it's a siege! First siege in a little bit. A group of wasters from the toxin trash have arrived nearby. Looks like they want to besiege the colony and pound us with mortars. Okay, it's only one group. It's 15 dudes. They have some fancy armor. Hello, Belly. A pig named Belly is maybe the best name ever. Belly is a pigskin toxin trash, so he's joined up with the pirates. And some of them have toxic packs. Do any of them have sniper rifles? Always the real question. One sniper rifle at least. Can we see who has it? No, they have not presented their weapons quite yet, so we'll have to click through everybody. And we have to figure out where they are. This is probably a case where we're just going to bombard them until it stops. Alright, so sniper is Bazguts. 10 shooting is not half bad. Naoko also 14 shooting. Alright, they gave the fancy guns to the correct people this time. Where so often they give them to less great shooters. So real far away. Real far away. This is a fine place to set up for them, as is this. If they set up out here, we do have a defensive wall already. That's awesome. You will recall, though, that the time we almost lost the base most recently was when we had a raid set up here, and we tried to shoot from here, and Kelmar got knocked out. Now, that time, Kelmar had, what was it? Mechanites or gutworms or something, and so he was already in a ton of pain. This time, he's in no pain at all as we get started. So that's good. All right, time to lock the friendly bots inside again. We should probably have more mech groups, ideally. Space Heater get locked inside also. How's the game compared to Dwarf Fortress? Yeah, this is definitely a game that was developed in response to Dwarf Fortress. It is Dwarf Fortress with... I can't say better graphics anymore, right? Because DF now has proper graphics over on Steam. It doesn't have Z levels, but it's Dwarf Fortress set not with dwarves, but instead with high-tech cowboys on alien planets. Okay, so they're not setting up where I think they are. I believe these groups hate each other, so these two people might well end up dying, and I hope I don't get in trouble for that. They've chosen right here, so little cute Pepper, it is time for you to learn the art of war. We don't have turrets, gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, we're playing Dwarf Fortress on, what day is that again? on Monday, a few days from now. Alright, so Pepper, you're gonna aim right in the middle. And I'm probably gonna invite Kelmar to aim at their bombs. I'm seeing right here. Alright, good luck! Shots away. Kelmar, take the other one. Pepper, take this one. We have these 4 shots and then nothing else. Are we on the road? Are we on the road? Oh, it's looking good. It's looking questionable. Hey, a hit. All right, so I don't know whose shot that was, but someone did well. Someone knocked out their better sniper. How great is that? Also great, Jim, a longtime friend of the channel. Thank you so much for the raid host. Friends, you don't know Jim, I encourage you to check him out. Longtime friend, very much plays a lot of Rimworld, other good games. Hope you've been doing well, my friend. How's your playthrough going? And Jim viewers, I'm Resorty. I play a lot of Rimworld and other strategy games, and I love them. And this is my base, and we're having fun. Though right now we're dealing with a siege, which is perhaps less fun. Hello, Brianna. This guy. That's right. I'm this guy. So we didn't hit their shells, unfortunately. As of right now, they're only building the sandbag walls. What fools. Have I ever seen this before? They're attempting to build a mortar underneath some trees. And so they have to cut down the trees to make their mortar. Kids, don't use drugs. When you use drugs, you make bad choices. Like, why not just put this here? Or, here. You're doing a no research run. Wait, I'm sorry, what? You're doing a playthrough with 0 research? So is it just like a tribal playthrough that never grows up? I'm actually not even sure how to think about that, to be honest. Like, I understand that you would, use some wooden traps, but no research. Amazing. New followers, Otherworld and Tasha C, rather. Tasha C, thank you for the generous follows. I don't know why I called you Tasha Cat. I do know, though, that someone missed terribly again. Who was that? Oh, is that Pepper? Is that Pepper? Another shot's going away. We actually want to move Pepper to the nearer gun now. And Kalmar's already put his in, so that's good to that. The plan's a caravan of the ship on the world. Oh, okay, I see. I was thinking, it's a base with no research. But now I understand. Dig up stupid! Thank you for the follow. Is that advice for Minecraft? Oh gosh, the aiming. Oh, you know what? There's a change to how mortars work. Wasn't there? Shooting now matters for accuracy. So I should not be using Pepper for this at all, as Pepper is really bad at shooting. Kalmar is only a little better, actually quite a bit better there. But no, Pepper, go have some fun hauling my junk. Recap me's always really good seeing you, my friend. Alright, so if we can't hit in the next moment or so, we may have to go rush at them. Now, hey, it's Pepper. There's 2 Peppers in this world. Hello, Pepper. Tetsuya Pepper Brennan. What kind of person are you? Apocalypse Survivor, Recruiter. There you go. None of the... Okay, this one is actually a little injured, I think. Yeah, not to fall down on his own, though. So these folks are still in good shape, ready to stay and fight. No problem at all. Pepper, let's try to aim. I mean, this giant mass of folks would be amazing, wouldn't it? There's one person locked here. Oh, Victor's also wounded a little bit. Victor will die on his own. Let's change the targeting slightly. Kelmar to... There is fine. Hello? Oh. I was deeply concerned that someone had wandered down here. No, our visitors are trying their best to help fight back, but... He's got his little knife. Go Trove, I believe. Oh, boy. Self-belief does not work. How many more shots do we have? That is that, unless we want to use the incendiary shells. So, Pepper direct hit. Destroying the tree as well. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, poor Shen is down. Some more injuries throughout. Victor's gonna fall on his own. Miranda? Hello, Miranda. 11 in shooting. Will die on his own also. Cool. So we got a pile of food out of this. Some more steel, thank goodness. Also, more shells, the wrong kind. All very cool. First, though, we have to see if we can actually factually defeat them. So, let's go ahead and raise the alarm and have the mechs come and assist Kelmar. And Pepper, it is time for you to take up a weapon of war. Get that assault rifle, please. We could try to blast them one more time. It's 30 seconds until we fire, though. The mechs can get down to here without Kelmar moving at all. Do we believe in 30 seconds? I think we do, actually. So Kelmar, get back on the gun again, please. And we gotta make sure we change the targeting. I'll go ahead and remove the forced target for now. Where are you going, buddy? Getting full up on drugs first. I think I no longer believe. 15 seconds. They're so spread out. They're doing the conga line thing. If they were slightly more clumped, I would go ahead and fire, but no. I no longer believe. So Kelmar to the front. I think I'm low on Militors. Oh, they were all piled together in one single spot. That does make sense, doesn't it? Okay, so often we put Kelmar down here to allow the mechs to run out and fight across the middle. Because they're staying towards the top right now, I'm going to put Kelmar there instead for the moment. And see what else we can do. Actually, let's go there for a moment. And then everybody else pile on in. Okay. Okay, so they are sticking against the wall. Fine place to use a whole bunch of mech meleeers. Invite you three to go this way. Time for some old chop, chop, chop. Oh, you know what this would be a good opportunity for? My favorite and yours. The incendiary bot online. We have one person who's come around the side, exposing Kelmar, unfortunately. Happily, we do have a whole bunch of Militors who can scoot into position, make with the firing. Big boy comes down and gets with the punching. And then our melee bots get attacking. Big boy's gonna go punch. The fire, the flames, the flames. Okay, big boy punch there. Pepper here, still standing up, dies in 3 hours. So I'm gonna move on 2 of these and let Mac finish him up. Get these ones moved out for better line of sight. Go scoot in a little bit closer. Bam, 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 bam. Grenadier. Kelmar is not wearing a gas mask, so we gotta be careful that grenades do not go in. We can stop it by moving Mac in right away. Hello? And everything is handled over here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm a little surprised they haven't run away yet, but let's go ahead and bring the runaway bots in straight away. Oh, they're already fleeing. You cowards! Burn! By hellfire be cleansed. Burn! Does Outrun have a weapon? Nothing I want. Though that is some steel, so can Mac get there in time? No, seemingly not. Well, if Kelmar go ahead and deploy outside and see if we can snipe him. Oh, right into a trap. Poor, poor, sweet outrun. You can't outrun traps, can ya? An altogether halfway decent fight. There are a couple of remaining characters all over the age of 13, though, and so they're unwelcome inside of Kelmar's orphanage. Good fight, good fun. Goody good. We'll go ahead and undraft Kelmar and have the mechs return to sleep. Have Big Boy return to work. Yeah, all pretty good. All pretty good. Kelmar's going to try to fight some fires. Pepper got the assault rifle and did absolutely nothing with it. You hero. Then allow a whole bunch of weapons. Though I'm focused on my own playthrough, I keep thinking about J-Jam Jim's research absolutely nothing playthrough. That's a cool idea. It's the kind of thing that I might like to give a shot at some point. So dug out all this section over here and found no additional interesting items. Let's continue having Big Boy dig out a bit more. And I'm going to do this whole line as well. Yeah, there's no particular reason to leave this here. And maybe we'll get lucky and find the ancient danger buried deep inside. Kelmar's getting repairs. Yeah, how nice is it that that absolutely none of our mechs died in that? Pretty good stuff. Now, my friendly mechs are locked inside. We'll go ahead and unlock them. Though cheese biscuits need to stay in the cooking zone. Lifter bots go free. Doctor stays inside. Do we have sufficient grave spots to continue burying? It's going to be close. So we'll go ahead and make a couple more of these. Though I have said that we do not want to do any more construction until this is all finished. Hey, look at that. The first piece of our church is just about to be created. I don't know what all we need to have an actual factual church in this religion. It may be one of those little statue religions. But we can make ourselves a lovely lectern. We believe in a diversity of voices, though. So maybe we should have multiple lecterns. Lectura. I don't know what the word is for that. But, yeah, we'll just dump one in the middle there for now and add more later. Cool. Well, speaking of lecterns, only recently did I learn a good way to distinguish lectern and podium. And it's based on the obvious roots. Podia, the root is pod, foot, remember pseudopod from high school biology? Lectern, lecto, speaking. So if you have to climb up on the thing using your feet, it's a podium. If you stand behind it to talk, it's a lectern. I do not know where dais fits in this. Dais fits into this etymological excursion, but hope you enjoyed learning some stuff. Rucamp asks, which combat mech do I think is best bang for the buck? So I haven't made the centipedes yet, so I don't have any strong feelings about that. Really and sincerely and honestly, I fell in love with the mining bot a very long time ago for combat. And like, I know it's not a combat bot, but his name is Big Boy, and we love him. And he punches things and has so much HP and smoke pop and all the rest. So I think my favorite really is the mining bot. Past that, I don't know. I mean, I think because the mining bot is so low tech, early game especially, the mining bot might be the best combat bot. Now, I'm absolutely heartbroken that the construction bots no longer have weapons. They were really nice snipers early game, and I loved them. Past that, I'm not sure. What are the other ones? Like, there are more advanced ones, like the Tesseron with laser beams and so on. I've never actually used them. And the upper tier ones, like the Guardian and so on, sound amazing. Like the big shield bots. but I haven't been able to research them yet because I think they all require this thing. Yeah, Legionary and Centurion both require Ultra Mech Tech, and we haven't fought that boss yet. So, yeah, for me, it's all in on the mining bot, unfortunately. I think the mining bot is the only melee bot other than the Scyther bot. Like, the haulers, of course, can punch, but there's no, like, super high-tier melee bot, I don't think. Because the Centurion bot, I'm fairly sure shoots, as is the Legionary, right? Yeah, mid-range needle gun for Legionary, and Centurion, ultra heavy mech, point defense bulb turret. So I think the Centurion may do... No, it says shooting accuracy, so maybe no melee. I don't know. Hey, Klaus. You were interviewing a microbiologist for a story you're working on, and when you went to meet them, you were surprised how big they were. You were surprised at how big the microbiologist was. I thought this was a real story, Klaus. You tricked me again. I was like, oh, Klaus doesn't tend to interview microbiologists. That's unusual for your normal beats. Speaking of beating, thank you, Klaus, for the excellent joke. I'm noticing we have no wood. We turned a whole bunch of wood into a decent amount of chem fuel over here. But we do need to go cut down some more trees because wood is needed for repopulating those many, many traps. So once more with our axe. This is my grandfather's axe. I've replaced both the handle and the blade, but it is my grandfather's axe. And then the trees down this way are not fully grown, are they? No, only halfway there. But I think the upper section may have a bunch of trees also. Yeah, Rucappy, where you've gotten into the gene stuff and not that much on mechs. I've gotten deeply into the mech stuff and have not gotten much into genes. I fully suspect there are lots of cool gene stuff I haven't done anything with, but I'm not quite sure when we get to it. Initially, I was talking about this room being a gene room, but it's going to be a church instead. And then this, the orphanage. 98 work remains. Soon, soon, soon. Okay, cool. We actually have a pile of steel. So with that pile of steel, which is almost 100, we can then make our very first Lancer ever. I'm not quite sure how to think about Lancers versus Halberds. Not Halberds, Pikemen. Like, I know how I fight them differently in raids against us, but how would I use them differently? Pikemen have longer range, I guess? Lancers, I think, pack a bigger punch. Yeah, the issue in this base, as I've said many, many times, is that we don't have a kill box. Oh, hi, Mac. Sorry, Mac. We don't have a kill box. So we've had a number of times where pikemen have come along on boss raids and stayed back here and fired at us after we've killed everything else. And it's hard for me to get my little mech man out far enough to do anything with it. So I've talked about trying to expand the mech man's wandering zone out farther on both sides to engage enemies way out there. But I guess having our own pikemen who have cover will allow us to fire back against them. It'll be a very, very slow war of attrition, but surely we will win. Keep checking on the pollution. It is going away very, very, very slowly. Maybe sometime soon it'll be done. And I think I'm going to say that despite my earlier quote-unquote promises, we are not going to be smoothing the entire floor before we say goodbye today. I've just been setting up way too many jobs for the construction bots to do. But we'll give it a shot. We'll keep at it for a little while longer. You've yet to use smoke pops in battle yet. So the number one way I like using smoke pops, Telnova, is when you when you have like a mech drop area. What are they called? Mech clusters. So if one of them drop and have a bunch of turrets, you can move your mechs inside of a mech cluster, even one with a proximity sensor, without setting off the cluster. So you can walk Big Boy into the middle of the thing with all of your other mechs, and then smoke pop in the middle of it, and the turrets can't shoot you. They all attempt to shoot you, and they just can't. It is ridiculously cool. It is ridiculously cool. So at least that was the case a while back. I made a YouTube video on it that was that contained my moment of absolute recognition at what had happened. But yeah, that's how I tend to use smoke pops that way. They can also be used fairly effectively to keep enemies from shooting at particular points, but it's never quite as much fun as that way of doing it. It still works that way, cool. Yeah, when I initially said that I discovered this thing and made the video, I was worried it would be the case that it would immediately get patched out as perhaps an oversight, but I guess it's not. I guess it's not. All right, we are digging out kind of farther here than I'd like to, or in farther. It's possible this part's going to collapse fairly soon, so we're going to stop digging until that gets resolved in that way. Still good to go? Still good to go. All right, we'll then go over here next. Pretty good. You think it's intended as an oversight? Yeah, I mean, that hasn't been patched out means it's absolutely correct. It was intended that way. The story I said initially was perhaps they were wanting like your mechs to run on the same frequency as their mechs, which led to the mechs being confused and not caring about them because they're just more robots. I can understand why they wouldn't allow that, though, given how incredibly strong it is to deploy mechs inside of a zone like that. And nonetheless, I'm very appreciative that it's not available. Logging work site nearby. If I want wood, I can go get that. How many work sites are there in our world now? Yeah, getting kind of silly. Getting kind of silly. We've yet to leave the base, though, so... Kalmar! Accursed Kalmar found his way to more mining. So we want to... You know what? I'm just going to remove everything out here because I need him to stay at his correct mining. Namely the steel to the steel to the south. Okay, cool. It might make sense for us to go kill some big animals, so we have enough fur and such for my crafter bot to continue making more and more clothing for us to send to the Empire for relationship points. Also, I think we have everything for the Lancer now. Why is the Lancer job not started? Is Kelmar not in job on smithing? He is. Oh, insufficient bandwidth. Okay. So we'll add another one of those. I think Lancer's maybe 2 bandwidth. Is that correct? 3 bandwidth for Lancer. Holy cow. I had no idea. We definitely have to find some more items that allow bandwidth to increase. And we still haven't made any of these like plug-in pieces for our characters' brains, because they do all require boss parts. Oh, you didn't forbid the bandwidth door. Thank you for reminding me on that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Also, I think we reran cable here. We did, so we no longer need these ones. Nothing is running through here yet, but it will be eventually, so we'll leave that as is. And then I should run this way instead so it looks nicer. Back from your alert, did you miss anything? I mean, you missed lots of important conversation about the topics of the day. Nothing bad happened to the base, at least, but I figured out that higher tier mechs are incredibly bandwidth hungry. All right, the thing I was intending to make before is the integrator headset, which does give us some free bandwidth. It takes 4 advanced components. We have the 1 power focus chip still. I haven't used that one yet. So we have 3 advanced components right now. And I can unsuspend component making again. It's 4 components for 1 advanced component, correct? No, it's only 1. It's only 1, and then you put good stuff on top of it. So I want to make 1 more of those. In which case we actually don't need to make any more, because we have 1 that we need. Just 1. The Lancer, though, requires 4. They're going to need a bunch more, but we'll get there real soon. Travelers passing by. Hello, hello. How many bosses have I beaten? I've beaten the first boss twice or thrice. I can't remember how many times. And then I've beaten the second boss once. And it was traumatic and horrible, and I never want to do it again. It was a real bad time. It was not a good time. It was the opposite. Had we not called in allies, the playthrough would have been over. It was... We got absolutely swarmed by small mechs, and I don't have any clever idea on how to do better in the future without using a kill box. But we'll think serious about that in the future and see what we can figure out. We did open one spot there. I think I had some idea initially on second boss, like what to do with them, but other than kill box, I don't think much comes to mind really. Pelinova, thank you for the follow. Very kind to you. Dig that section out also. At least we're getting more granite turned to granite blocks, but not that we're going to find our precious steel anytime soon. As in explosives. Yeah, so actually now that we have mortars, we could definitely try to mortar directly onto the body of the mech mother as she creates more and more little robots. EMP is also very strong. We did fight the second mech boss with no EMP. That may have been a mistake. May have been a mistake for sure. The limited number of characters we have, though, does make it somewhat difficult to use EMP. So I'd want to have multiple people firing in, ideally. And to my knowledge, there is no EMP mech. And also, I'm fairly sure that mechs are not able to run mortars. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, it's 12 noon here. It's a psychic drone on all the males. Sorry, Pepper. Sorry, Kelmar. You're gonna be good. All right, these require no more steel and a bunch more steel. Hopefully soon. Kelmar, let's do some more drilling. The smoothing, yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Nonetheless, we have our very first ideogram. So the Robo Sanctum is already slightly impressive. It's just absolutely huge. That's the only thing that's nice about it. But yeah, that's good. That's good. The church has begun rather nicely. I'm gonna wait till the Lancers at least started up, and then we'll probably go ahead and say goodbye pretty soon. Probably. Go ahead and remove over here as well. Cool. And we'll trust all this is good also. And this. I feel like this is like some kind of named form of mining. I don't think it's strip mining exactly. Maybe it is. I guess I'm mining out one strip at a time. Rupture King, thanks for the follow also. So many great names today. I gotta say, occasionally the new follower names are things like, I don't know, Pete. Hello, Pete. Or Sports Guy. Or Jack4589. But today, follower name's top tier. Alright. Have we had a mech ever fail at construction? I don't think they can't do so. I think all they do is win no matter what. Super swell. I want to tune this to Kelmar. Up to 30, or up to 2 availability. One more real soon. Have we finished building down here? Nope. I might need another construction bot. So one thing I've struggled with after a certain point in this base is how many of the basic bots do I want? Like we have 2 or 3 cleaners, 2 or 3 haulers, and 3 constructors. because bandwidth is a limited resource, like figure out how to balance out all these things is a good deal of fun. But once we have this helmet done, then everything will be perfect. So, oh, wait, 8. Why is Kalmar making this? Huh. So I'm delighted that someone is making the advanced component, but the fabricator bot is able to do it up to level 10. Kalmar just noticed there was an available job and came running to do it. He did not want to do any more mining anymore. Yeah, let him finish that. You don't need that right now. And Kalmar decides he wants to get some food first. Very well, very well. I may force him to stay awake until he's done with his laborers. Hybrid, you got a 41 out of 50. Hey, good job. That's not half bad for a final. I sure do hope that it got you the score you want for the semester and that you're feeling pretty good about yourself. It is nice to be done with the semester, isn't it? It's one of the best feelings there can be. 18 work remains. 14, gosh, you're slow. Oh, once you build these, I actually don't know this yet. Once you build a mech booster, can you move it? Worked on install. So yes, you can move the mech booster around. I was thinking initially, gosh, it would be fun to have it in here to help them build faster. But if it's stuck there, that'd be a terrible thing, to have to lose the resources building it and removing it over and over again. So that I built this entire base with no mech boosters is kind of silly. We should probably do more of those at some point. Kalmar, no sleeping allowed. You finish this thing so that Fanarthus can make the other item we want. And then Lancer does not require advanced components, correct? Yes, just 4 standard components. Move this up to the top. Just drop it on the floor, it's fine. And then after that, we'll get back to making normal components again. All right, Fanarthus, it's all you, my friend. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Wait, not components. We do need one of those. We do need one component, that's fine. Eventually. I think here's a place where mech booster really does make sense. Okay. Where can I put it to affect the most stuff? Yeah, like I said, I didn't make my crafting room in a good way for this. Just was not thinking. So this will at least speed up the production of components, which is one of those slower jobs. So I'm fine with that. That said, putting it here will cause a bit of a slowdown in movement. So there's better. Okay, the drug lab. Now, as I said before, I believe our crafting bot is unable to do this. I believe it cannot actually create medicine because medicine requires intellectual skill as well. It just doesn't have that. Let's go for 40 medicine, and then on pause when we're quite a bit lower. Now all the medicine lives right down here. Probably makes sense for us to move all the herbal medicine up to here, so that's running back and forth, but not immediately. What are you doing? What are you doing, Kalmar? Why is it not digging? Back to it you go. How long till he gets over his friend's death? 2 days and 5 days. Soon, 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 soon. What did we do today? How is the base better today than when we started? Well, we managed to seal in this room. That makes me happy, so the enemies can't easily move from one side to the other. We managed to get the church started. We fed some colonists to the machine. What have we done today? No, comma, but really, what have we done today? All right. I need some patch leather if possible. That can be done here, right? Yeah. It requires a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah, 50 random junk. Hey, it's Mad Raccoons. Alright, one second. So we do not have 50 random junk right now. Maybe at some point. Alright, some raccoons have been driven insane. How many raccoons could there possibly be on one map? There's only 3 of them. That's a little sad. That's a tiny bit sad. More junk to haul in. More stinking, rotting bodies. Can the Hallbots get out there? I assume they can. Yeah, Hallbots are all free to go, so they haven't quite gotten there yet. Precious components, though. Remember earlier it was like, blah, blah, blah. I need components, blah, blah, blah. I say a lot of things, don't I? We'll get those in a moment. Alright, so where are the other raccoons? One there, and don't see the other one. But we'll have our Militors rise and shine. Blam, blam, blam. There's another one. It's coming for our friend the Reaper. Don't fear the etc. Oh, Kelmar's here to help. Kelmar's afraid. Where is the final raccoon? Apparently it gave up. Apparently decided I want no more of this. And Kelmar's trying to make the integrator headset. He's heading down here to do so. So I suspect he's going to get components, which normally I would not want Kelmar to leave the base ever. There's just too many bad things can happen too quickly. But I trust that nothing horrible will happen when I was out and about. Yeah, so with smithing being the top job needed for repairing mechs, he's trying to go do this work. But Gareth is busy right now with it. Alright. Interesting. I knew this was possible. Here we go. The leader of the Alliance of Landio would like to dump me with a whole bunch of toxic waste packs. 313 of them. If we do this, we can get a Masterwork sniper rifle and a second telescope. I wish there were a goodwill increase to help us get closer to being allies again. I wish we didn't have a telescope, but yeah, I'm going to accept this. We can definitely accept a whole bunch more toxic waste packs into Yucca Mountain, so cool. Let's do it. And Jack, you're absolutely right. I can stop whining and just say only Fairness can do these things, and that will stop What's His Bucket from doing them. Good old What's His Bucket. Where will the bits of waste packs arrive? Here we go. Number 1, mission accomplished. Number 2, some waste packs. Cool. Number 3, we got some nice stuff. Alright, so Kelmar's been trying over and over again to make a Masterwork sniper rifle. Never pulled it off, so just gets one of his own. And then we already have a telescope, so the second one will go inside to be sent to the Empire eventually. Now, how do we do this? So my hauling bots are busy hauling everything else. I could order Kelmar and Pepper to move one after another. We have 8 days to get this thing sorted. I could find a way to forbid annular hauling jobs, but there are quite a few of them still. So what are the little haulers doing? They're getting raccoons, which are right here. So they're still fairly close by on hauling. All right, Kelmar, it is time for you to show the kind of work you can do. No empty accessible spot. Okay, Kelmar's not allowed to go into Yucca Mountain. He said he refused to accept this area because it is the sin of his creation. But I need him to do some work now, so you're gonna have to deal with your sins, brother. Go talk to a robo priest. So how many runs will it take if it's just Kelmar and Pepper Mga doing this? It's going to be a while. It would probably be useful for us to get the hauler bots to help. Okay. I think if I make a hauler bot zone here and there, they'll carry them back and forth without stopping anywhere else. So I think that is the correct way to do this. However, I need to get rid of our zone. All right, the south and north have been very, very helpful, but we no longer need them for the moment. I may have to install a mod that allows more zones for this playthrough. So this is going to be Hall Goal. And we'll start that here. You. And I don't think they need a path between the two, though that may not be true. Is there a zone limit? I believe there is. Now, maybe I just don't understand it, but I think once you have that, you can't make any more. Yeah, the new zone button goes away. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 zones. Ba-deep, that's all, folks. Yeah, bigger bases and definitely mech-based bases. Mech-based bases, very good. With like a larger amount. Alright, so hauler bots. Will you do what I want you to do? The only problem with this is they might run out of power and not be able to find a place to get more. Alright, they are moving down there. Good job, good job. It might depend on my monitor UI size. I don't think so, but is there a way to scale UI differently? UI volume, audio interface, UI scale. I'm as small as can be. I could make it bigger for y'all to see what's happening. Oh, if I make it too big, the game would not fit on screen. Okay. But 2 size. Nope, we're stuck at size 1, unfortunately. So I think it's the case where there are only 10 of them, but I'm not certain on that. Hey, it's a Thrumbo. Hello, Thrumbo. Oh, boy. Yeah, I was thinking if it was just one Thrumbo, we could potentially greet it in the neighborhood with a cheery shotgun blast, but with that many, perhaps not, perhaps not. And here come the police. Here come the police. So far we've never paid taxes. We have a very small amount of gold, which will not give us much in the way of... won't give us much in the way of relationship points, so I'm not going to give them any money. A person living among the animals has wandered in. Her name is Reki. Hello, Reki. Reki is a psychic-dependent waster, unfortunately, who has no psychite, so this might go poorly for Reki. After 5 days without psychite, she will suffer from deficiency. 30 days in, she falls into a coma. 60 days, she will die. Yep. Other people's problems. Not inside the mountain, not Kelmar's concern. The ongoing promise here. Oh, have the hauling bot started moving things? They are. Very cool. I thought it would work that way. It does work that way. Pepper's still hauling things also. And the psychic soothe on all the males. Cool. So after a period of having a psychic mourning, unhappiness, negative effect, goes the other direction now. And that's great. Also, an aurora. Look how bright and beautiful the sky is. Gosh, the Thrumbos love it. Because we have the mechs doing the work now, I'm okay letting, or ordering Pepper to stay inside once more. Good. We did open up some more infestation. Some level don't really care about it, but just to be consistent here, block it out. If we dig in these areas, we can't recover them. However, They're definitely not infestable. This one may be. All right, strip mine here next. I'm glad we're finding some work for our friend the Diggerbot. For a while there, I was worried he would never have a job again, but no. Always more to do for old Diggerbot. Oh, because I removed roof here, this area is now counted as home zone. Yeah. Oh no, it's actually I built the wall there. That's what it is. Oh boy, folks. Oh boy. I don't want to say it. I can't say it. We must not say it. If we say it, the world is bad. Oh, we got an inner headset. This is much more exciting than anything else. Where's it going? Where's it going? Look at the long way around there. Holy cow. Our first ever integrator headset. What does it give us? 9 mech bandwidth. Where beloved Kelmar currently has 6 mech bandwidth. Kelmar, I give you a new hat. And because of that, we have all we need to make our Lancer. So his new headset is one of those like Britney Spears microphones. Breaker, you hear me, big boy? Breaker, this thing on. Yeah, dancing and singing all at once. That's Kelmar's future. Oh, interesting. I can't see the part that's hanging over the side, which you see up here, the microphone part. But his eyes look crazy now. What's wrong with you, Kelmar? All right, making the hat the favorite color. We'll see what it looks like when done. Perfect. Perfect Kelmar looking good. Oh, show headgear off in the dyeing station. That makes sense, because they want to be able to see the hairstyle. Oh, those are our bionic eyes. Thank you much indeed, Game Urchin. You're absolutely right. Bionic eyes plugged in now. And a robo stomach also, right? Yeah, robo stomach. More bionics coming. Alright, let's get this Lancer plugged in. Working on it right now. First ever Lancer. What brain does the Lancer take? Here's the medium core. So the medium cores are copies of Jim's brain, but it's not the guaranteed. Yeah, it's not the one that's going to get the name of Jim. This is Jim and Mr. Bleeze. We have to eventually make into bots. So what's a good name for a Lancer? Got to figure that one out together. We have 2 cycles of 1.5 days left, so 3 days until the Lancer comes about. When that happens, we'll name it. Unfortunately, though, I do got to get going. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Lancerlot. Ban. Lancerlot's a very good name. We'll use the name Lancerlot, almost certainly. Don't let me forget. What to say one thing. Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Japan time, there'll be a new YouTube video in the ongoing Chips Challenge series. So the time I usually start streaming, it'll be up there. I hope you have an opportunity to watch it. I hope you enjoy it. It's only 18 minutes long, so kind of short, but some fun stuff happens for sure. Yeah, thanks for being here. Hope you had a good day. We'll be back on next Friday for a little bit more of Rimworld. On Monday, we start our Dwarf Fortress adventure. I'm really excited to learn that game, but I'm also excited to come back to this one. The base's fate felt way too stable for way too long. We had a couple of fairly minor raids today. Yeah, what was the big thing of the day? Like, no, really? What actually happened today? Nothing? Nothing? We made another cooking bot. I'm sure some good stuff happened. Some rhinos came. Also, so don't forget, I very much want to finish this research to get mortars done. So I'm going to put Kelmar back on job 1 research. Kelmar got a new hat. That's true. We did a lot of fabrication, and we started the church, kind of, sorta. We did a lot of strip mining as well. Have not found any steel yet, but gosh, he's working on it. All right, folks. I believe that's that. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it's gonna be me. We should find someone to raid host. We should find a Rimworld player, perhaps. Who is playing Rimworld? Hey, it's me. Hi, Resorty. Do I recognize anyone's name here? Unfortunately, all my normal Rimworld friends are over playing a little game called Dwarf Fortress, apparently. Let's find someone with very few viewers. Anyone new to the game? Nobody says they're new to the game, unfortunately. The Dwarf Fortress I had at home. That right there is a mood. Wombat Combat Prime. Can't afford, unfortunately. So, Rady Host, Wombat Combat Prime. I don't know this person. Hopefully they're nice. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. And thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. All you new followers, I appreciate it a whole bunch. Back in a couple days for Dwarf Fortress. See you again real soon. And thank you for being my friends.